All right. Hello, Durud and Shalom. We be live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we have a couple of special segments. We have a guest with us, as you can see in the middle of your screen. We have Tara, who's been an advocate for the human rights of the Iranian people for a long time now. And she's going to join us, and she's going to give us some of her opinions while we talk about things, and hopefully you guys enjoy that we have a guest today. So, and also Tara, if you'd like to say anything like about yourself before I jump into the updates real quick, like please do. If you want to talk about the Massa stuff, all of that, please go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you. First of all, I'm very grateful to be on today with you both. It's an honor. For just a brief background about myself, I've been advocating for human rights in Iran since I was about 15. It's been around 2 years since then. And I've been working alongside a volunteer group, grassroots, and they're called Massa Advocacy Group. Again, we're all just volunteers. We're not getting paid. And what we do is we meet with congressmen and senators and advocate on behalf of Iran legislated bills and legislation in hopes of supporting the Iranian people and enforcing more pressure on the deadly Islamic Republic. And so I'm still participating in those efforts to this day.
Great.
Can I play a video of you just so people know?
Yeah, of course.
How amazing you
Go
are?
ahead.
Okay. All right. So this is, do you want to give us the context to this video?
Yes. So this was a town hall meeting with Rokana back in February, I believe, of this year. And you know, I heard he was having a town hall meeting near me, so I decided to attend because one of his recent statements at the time was bringing up the war powers resolution and how he very much defended it, and the fact that the United States should pull out all of their military aggressions in Iran and stop putting military pressure on the Islamic Republic. And, you know, when I heard that, it just kind of struck me in a different way. And I decided, well, hey, if they're opening this up to dialogue, why not take the chance to speak up? So that's kind of the context of this video.
Awesome. I can see a lot of people in the chat have already seen this video, and now that they know you're her, they're so excited. Like, oh my God, she's her? This is her? Oh my God, we love her. Okay, let me play this video.
Well, first off, thank you, Congressman, for hosting your town hall in the first place and opening it up to dialogue for your constituents. I just kind of wanted to go back on some of the points that were mentioned in the beginning regarding the Iran situation and try to counter a few of the things that you said, just because I wanted more elaboration. So when we're talking about this issue, you're saying that you don't want the U.S. to go into another war with the Middle East. But what we're trying to emphasize here is that targeted strikes on military facilities, IRGC bases, those are very deliberate military strikes, targeted strikes, and this is what the people in Iran are asking for. I have relatives in Iran who are just begging for something to happen. And the more we stall and try to discuss this with Congress, every second that is wasted, another life is being taken. And I'm 17 years old. I'm an Iranian American. There are people in Iran who look just like me, who are being murdered on the streets of Iran, and it is just heartbreaking. So I don't understand where is the obstacle in taking action against this regime. You know, everybody is entitled to their opinions about the president, of course. But when it comes to targeting a regime that has been killing nonstop children, 3-year-olds, for 47 years now, where is the obstacle? Please tell me, Congressman, because I and all the Iranian Americans that you see here just cannot fathom that at all. So that is my question.
tell us how heartfelt it is. I share genuinely your horror of what's happening with young people in Iran. I have said that the Iranian regime is massacring civilians. I am not under any illusion that this is anything but an evil regime. I do not have any sympathy for the Iranian regime. I have a lot of sympathy for the protesters in Iran. The question is, what is going to be effective? Last time Donald Trump took unilateral action in Iran, it obviously didn't work. Because we're in a situation after he took that action.
It's better than nothing.
All right, so that was that. That video went viral. Her Royal Highness Noor Pahlavi responded to this video as well. She praised this, so that was a amazing thing that happened as well. So we're gonna a lot of you already have seen it, and some people didn't see it. So now you know who Tara is. There's a lot more videos of her that I'm gonna play once we go through the updates. But I want to make sure that we go through Ali's updates because a lot is happening. A lot is happening, and I want to get Tara. We want to get Tara's opinions on them as well. But first is before we do it, right before we jump into that, I just want to put a link to this website that this is where Tara is focusing her attention on. This is the Mahsa advocacy group, and I think this is the main area, right? The take action. Quickly before we go to the updates, Tara, did you want to explain what this is about and what do people do when they go here? The link is in the chat, guys.
Yeah, of course. So as you can see, this is the first page you'll be brought to as soon as you look up our website, which is just massadvocacygroup.org. And so you will be taken to the Take Action page. And if you scroll down a little bit, you will see a section to type in your zip code or your city or your state, and it will give you your representative that you can send a letter that my group has written. And it actually says on the right-hand side what the summary of this letter is. And so the aim of this initiative is to kind of really alert Congress that this is still a very important ongoing issue. It's not something that has faded into the background. It's very urgent that we let Congress know to support the Iranian people, strengthen U.S. national security, and keep that pressure on the Islamic Republic, whether it be economic or military-wise. So that's kind of what that main page is for. And we, my group, we encourage everybody who's living in the United States to check out that website and communicate with their representatives. I will say this. So far, this is only working on computers. So if you're trying this on another device, it may not work as well. But if you have access to a computer, that would be really great, a really great effort for the Iranian people and helping and supporting us.
I could hear the passion in your voice, by the way, Tara. This is, yeah. So, and thank you for everything you do. It's truly amazing. We will get back to more of what you're doing, but right now let's go to Ali's updates, and then I will try to comment less so that you could respond to what Ali's updates are on the news, because I want you two to talk more than me today. So guys, this is the order of things. Ali will give us the most recent updates because there's a lot going on, and then we go to Tara for her opinions on what's going on. And then we'll go to Tara's opinions overall, because we haven't had access to her until now. So we want to go back about everything that has been happening and get her opinions on that. But yeah, so far so good. Ali, you guys are okay with the structure? We could move forward with your updates.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll ask you guys both questions to get your opinions on it, and we'll go forward from there.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, we have a lot of updates, and things have escalated between the Islamic Republic and the United States of America. The blockade has been reinstated as of an hour and 44 minutes ago. New sanctions are slapped onto the Shamkhani shadow network for the oil fleet. The Iraqi prime minister met with Donald Trump today in the White House, and major deals have been made between the country of Iraq and the US, including US pulling out its troops permanently from the country of Iraq, and the disarming of IRGC proxies, which is due, as we've been telling you, in about 2.5 months from now. In addition to that, we have multiple videos coming out of Iran of IRGC soldiers dissenting and being tired of the way that they're treating. The Paidaris we've been showing you have been removed from some positions of power and have been getting some statements out of them. We have a couple of opinion pieces to show you guys, alligrams. I'll be playing the sand tour later. And the countries of Qatar and the United Arab Emirates are weighing in on directly striking the Islamic Republic, saying that they reserve their right to respond, while Bahrain at the moment is actually getting cluster bombed by the Islamic Republic of Iran, and more ships have been hit. One is partially sunk, and pirates have climbed on board to see what is on board this ship. So let's begin with all of that, including military CENTCOM videos. Starting with the biggest piece of news, which is that the blockade has been reinstated. So I wanted to ask you guys, we go straight, oh my God, threw me around. So guys, the blockade line is roughly from here to here. You see that line, it's about this 240-ish mile range. No Iranian ships can pass through at all. Everyone else can, but the problem is you still have to get through the Strait of Hormuz. And we know that the Islamic Republic is holding on to the Strait of Hormuz as its last piece of leverage here. And they actually hit more ships today. So we'll show you guys that for a second before I get your opinion. So the UK MTO, the most credible source of finding out what's happening around the world in terms of shipping safety, reported something major today, that early this morning, a tanker was hit while it was leaving the Strait of Hormuz. And if you look at that area it was hit, that's the US corridor. So that's another bad, dark mark on the US protection providing tankers going. And so Brent oil prices have risen these past couple of days. It's currently at $81. I'm not sure if it's going to come down anytime soon. But what do you guys think about the blockade being reinstated? Is that the right step? I mean, I think it's the right step, but what do you guys think?
Tara, you go ahead.
I definitely do agree that is the right step. We can't, or the United States can't trust the Islamic Republic to have any kind of resources. And to any of the counter arguments claiming that this will only hurt the Iranian people, I just want to say that is not true, because the Islamic Republic, when they do receive funding and when they do receive resources, they will only use that funding to carry out more of the crimes against the Iranian people rather than help them in any sort of capacity. And there are videos online of Iranian people actually throwing up packets of rice in the air to kind of, as a active protest, to show that the regime isn't caring for us at all. We don't even care if we're hungry. You know, we just want this regime gone. We want them to be pressured, and we want blockades on them. We just want them gone. These are our murderers. They're not helping us in any sort of way, and it'll just be to our benefit if they are to get pressured. And this is also coming from my family members in Iran who are communicating these things with me and my family, saying, you know, at this point, we need them gone. So that's my opinion. I do think the blockade is a step forward in weakening the regime, and that is ultimately our end goal, so that we can kind of create an opening to fully hopefully eliminate this regime.
Armin, do you think that the Islamic Republic is going to be able to get the oil money? So all the barrels that they got out from when the blockade wasn't there, obviously they can't get any ships out now, but they have all that oil sitting on the ocean. What do you think is going to happen to that?
Yeah, it would be interesting if they sold it and now they're not even going to get their corn and soy and hay, which is now is going to be even more humiliating for the Islamic Republic. We have to see. Hopefully not. But I have a question also for Tara. Do you think that the blockade should have never been lifted? Like, was it a mistake?
I do think it was a mistake, because allowing the Islamic Republic any sort of opening to rebuild or reestablish that power is never good, because again, it only creates more opportunities for them to oppress the Iranian people and take more from them, and then gain more themselves and strengthen themselves and their capacity to carry out these crimes.
But can I steelman the White House, and you could see if how you do respond to them? I just want to challenge that, and you see how you respond. All right. So, what if, from the American perspective, first of all, they needed the oil to be released because the oil reserves of United States was getting dangerously low, right?
Right.
They always need a cushion. The United States needed a pause because their missile interceptors were getting, some of them, and some of them were getting dangerously low. They always need a cushion just in case a war somewhere else happens in the United States, like with the Russians or the CCP, in case CCP wants to invade Taiwan. The midterms is a thing. So it's the markets, the midterms, the media, and also the Islamic Republic during this ceasefire has collapsed on itself politically. The negotiations and the ceasefire has caused a lot of infighting within the Islamic Republic, and that has been more devastating to the Islamic Republic than even the military operations, because the ideological part of the Islamic Republic is the roots. So with military operations, you could weaken them. With economic pressure, you could weaken them, but it would never cause them to topple until you target them at their roots, which is their ideology. And the only way you could do that is to humiliate them and cause them to negotiate with the people who killed the supreme leader and cause some infighting within them. So this temporary ceasefire was effective in getting the Americans enough time to maybe fill the markets with some oil, maybe recover a little bit. The soldiers need to rest. Maybe they need to restock their munitions. Inflations need to be put in control before the midterms, because if the Democrats win during the midterms, a lot that would be even that would be even more in the benefit of the Islamic Republic. So we have to understand that President Trump needs to do whatever he needs to do to win, for the Republicans to win the midterms. So all of this, we have to take all of this into account, and also not only the negotiations and the ceasefire has caused a lot of infighting inside the Islamic Republic and has weakened the Islamic Republic with a lot of division. The Trump administration hasn't been sitting, they haven't been busy disarming the Islamic Republic's proxy. So even just because they haven't been fighting directly with the Islamic Republic, that doesn't mean they haven't been doing anything. In Lebanon, they have been busy disarming Hezbollah, and in Iraq, they have been very successful in going after proxies of the Islamic Republic in Iraq, and these are the some of the last remaining deterrence capabilities of the Islamic Republic. Which, if you defang the Islamic Republic, it will be easier to then deal with fighting an Islamic Republic, because they don't have enough leverage to cause havoc and chaos somewhere else if you want to go back and directly deal with them militarily. So that's the best steelman that I have for the White House and everything they have been doing so far. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm glad you brought that point up, because it's definitely not black and white. I will say, with regards to the infighting, that is definitely a good step in the right direction when it comes to collapsing this regime. Because if they're not willing to cooperate with each other, then how can we expect them to continue running a country, right? Which they're hardly even doing right now. And I think the ceasefire, in a way, it was good in that maybe the United States could build themselves back up stronger. Which is kind of to your point. They could build themselves back up. They could, create more strategies, and kind of see where the regime's mindset is at after all of those attacks, and be more deliberate with their next move. So I think in that regard, it could be seen as beneficial. But overall, I think any pressure we put on the regime or their proxies is both beneficial to the Iranian people and to the United States national security.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of complaints in the chat saying my question was too long and that I said that I'm going to talk less. Okay, fine. I'm not going to talk anymore. There you go. Just Ali
Oh,
and
yeah, there
Tyler, you
was
can continue.
all the
Yes,
people were like, Armin, you said you wouldn't talk. Oh man, that's
yes. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna
stop
keep
talking
asking
now.
him questions.
You know what? I'm just gonna go. How about that? You guys can carry on.
No. You have to stay.
Your show.
No,
So guys, take a
All right.
look. Today, Secretary Scott Bessent said this: the Iranian regime survives on deception, and the Shamkhani network is one of the most profitable engines. Treasury is shutting down the financial infrastructure that allows the regime to continue its threats to U.S. national security and global shipping. So what he actually did was, first of all, Armin, could you tell people who Shamkhani was? He's a really important figure. He's not on this planet anymore, thank God. But
to keep it short, he was one of Ali Khamenei's main advisors. He was the main person that created a framework to go around U.S. sanctions, all sanctions. There you go.
The Shadow Fleet is Shamkhani's idea. That's pretty much the basic block of that. And guess what, guys? Today, Scott Bessent tried to get away with a short X post. He thought he could get away with it. I went and digged, and I found out that today, so a couple of days ago, they actually put a ton of sanctions on Mojtaba Khamenei and his inner circle. Today, they sanctioned more than 50 people and some companies that were all tied to the Shadow Fleet. So this also included actually giving a general license today. So it wasn't like the last oil license where the Islamic Republic can just sell its oil, it's legal, it's totally fine. This time, they're saying that oil that's already out there on the ocean does need to go to a U.S. account, and it needs to be still used to buy wheat and barley and beans. You can't use that money for anything else. So it looks like they're still tracking it, and that's a good sign. I do really trust Scott Bessent here. So if he's putting out that license and he's wanting that, then hopefully that's what's happening. So don't mistake it with, yes, you can sell your oil for whatever you want. It's like, oh, the oil that's already out there, you can sell it and we get that money. So they're still getting humiliated on that front. So that answers that question. But also, I personally think that the US is so angry at the moment. I mean, we got 4 ships hit in 12 hours. And that has caused the price of oil to stabilize at above $80 a barrel, when I think 5 days ago it was like 72, 73, something like that. And we have some regime supporters. I'll show you guys a couple of videos. They've actually been staging some of these night protests, and it's blurred out because we don't want the identity of the person filming it to understand, but they haven't been giving up. Let's take a listen.
مذاکره با ایران عزتمندانه شرافتمندانه نیست. اصلا اینها جز زبان زور چیزی نمیفهمند. کدوم زور؟
So, Armin, we've been telling people it's so difficult for these regime supporters to be contained. It looks like it really is like they're too stupid to actually realize what they need for their own survival. And it seems at night they're continuing on their protests. And you just heard right now, the person leading it was saying, negotiations with America is a farce. It's terrible. Stop doing it. They only understand force. We need to hit them. And we've seen some of the Paidari camp people be actually removed from positions of power, in some of the positions of power. So I don't know if you know this, but Rezai and Nabavian. So Rezai was removed from the position of spokesperson. Nabavian was removed from deputy chairmanship of the commission. I think he's still in parliament, but because they both were proponents in the beginning of not, going against the MOU, going against Ghalibaf, even though they might be on his side now, it seems like they're still getting a slight slap on the wrist. Now, it looks like to me that this is just a farce. Nabavian's still in parliament. He got removed from some seat of power, but so what? It's more of like a show to me. But what do you think?
It seemed like Ghalibaf people are winning still. They're losing and they're winning. Ghalibaf camps is winning within the regime itself. They're losing the streets, but they're winning the halls of power. That's what I think. Their Ghalibaf is continues to be successful in moving everybody that is in his way out of his way, either getting them on their side or moving them out of his way. But the streets, the pro-regime people in the streets, are very, very much getting more and more aggressive, and they are, they're not backing down. So in the streets, they're losing. In fact, I have a couple of videos whenever you want me to show you that shows that in the streets, the pro-regime, anti-MOU, anti-negotiation people, they're escalating. They're escalating. Yeah.
I want to show you one more video, and then I'm going to show a couple things that I want Tara's opinion on. So just one more thing real quick. Let's see what you think about this.
باید چه شکلی باشه انتقام؟ به شکلی که مردم واقعا از اون عمل راضی باشن.
That's it. That's the only statement we got from Jalili. What type of revenge?
باید چه شکلی باشه انتقام؟ به شکلی که مردم واقعا از اون عمل راضی باشن.
That was the best non-response. So, guys, there's two camps within Iran who want revenge. So, guys, anybody who is on the Islamically jihadi, Islamic rule mind minority in Iran, they're in two camps. The people who are anti-Ghalibaf, who say, like, this is weak, we need to be more aggressive, we need to get revenge for the supreme leader, and we need to basically eliminate Trump, destroy Israel as revenge for the supreme leader being killed. That's the Paidari camp. The Ghalibaf camp would not dare come and say, we're not going to do revenge. Their narrative is, we will get revenge one day, but not now. So they're going to be like, we need to be patient. This will take years. This is like coming up with excuses for patience. So Jalili is very careful, because now people are going around and trying to figure out who's in their camp and who's in the Ghalibaf camp by asking, what is revenge? How do you define revenge? For killing Khamenei. And Jalili just gave you the best non-response. The true revenge is the revenge that will satisfy the people. Which people? Again, so this is the most vague non-answer. Very clever non-answer. Answered like a true politician.
Right. So we have a split inside the Islamic Republic between the Durka supporters. They want to fight America, but then there's a lot of them who also realize, if we fight America, we're just going to get destroyed. So that's kind of like the split here. Internally, Ghalibaf, who's become the face of the Islamic Republic, is doing his best to gather everyone on the same page. And to a large extent, he's been pretty successful, or at least it seems, but it's not over. And I think he has a ton of work left. Tara, what do you think about the internal kind of like split factions of the Islamic Republic? Like, when you think about it, do you see some sort of outcome coming from that?
I do think that the infighting among the different factions of the Islamic Republic is a good thing, because, again, when they're not agreeing with one another, they're essentially breaking apart from the inside. And when you don't have that sense of unity and togetherness and willingness to achieve one specific goal or an ideology, and you're kind of clashing with each other, that's already you're kind of weakening your own entity. And so that kind of infighting, along with pressure on the regime, I think it's a golden combination, because they're helping us achieve our goal by infighting, and they're collapsing from the inside. And so I think having that on its own is actually very beneficial to our cause.
Isn't it really funny that they've tied their hands together for so long with all of this, death to America, jihad, this and that. And now that it's come to it, it's biting them in the butt so hard, where they can't even gather that 1% of support and put them on the same page. Because if they pivot from anything other than death to America, it's so hard. It's so hard.
Yes, and I do want to say, I think what makes our movement so strong. The movement of the Iranian people is exactly what they're lacking right now, which is unity. And that's why we've been going so strong for so long, because we've maintained this sense of unity and togetherness. And, we've kept ourselves intact, and we've kept this sense of hope. And this is actually something that the Crown Prince himself always emphasizes: unity. That's the key here, is, just trusting each other, whether, you have slightly differing political opinions, or you may have disagreements, just the willingness to work together on this one specific goal of freeing Iran, and that willpower to reach a secular democratic Iran is what's fueling this movement. And so when you don't have a sense of unity like that, it only goes downhill from there. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, it's great that only our supporters and the unity of the Iranian people has been growing, while the destruction of the Islamic Republic has been increasing. They're getting less people while we get more.
Yes, that is very true. And especially with the defections as well.
Yep.
I have some,
yeah,
if you're interested, that demonstrates the division among them, the most recent video.
Yeah, let's do it.
You guys want to see? Okay, let me show you guys. You guys are going to enjoy this. Okay. This is actually funny. Okay, let me give you the context and then I'll play it. So this is the police showing up, and these women here, okay, they're wearing shrouds, and they're blocking the foreign ministry of the Islamic Republic. They're so angry with the Islamic Republic negotiating with the United States that they're blocking the foreign ministry, so that the foreign ministry staff could not go in to stop the negotiations with the Americans, right? And the police is here trying to stop them, telling them that, like, get out of the way. So he's telling them, you're causing a chaos here, that you're basically bothering people, you need to leave. So guys, these are both sides. This is from the Islamic Republic, but they're also pro-supreme leader, but anti-deal, anti-MOU, okay? So the people on the other side are responding to him in a speaker, with a speakerphone, with a loudspeaker, and he's like, this is not fair. I don't have a loudspeaker. You're talking to me with a loudspeaker. I don't have a loudspeaker. He's basically saying, I have letter from the justice, system to come and start to open this path. Like this. Anyway, it keeps on going, and these women here are just like sitting here. Look at this. Look at these are the Islamic Republic's penguins, okay? Because they're wearing their hijab is black, and they're wearing a shroud on top of it. The shroud. The reason why they're wearing a white shroud is to say that we're willing to die for our cause. So we're already wearing these shrouds, ready to die. So basically meaning that they're challenging the Islamic Republic. So these are the fans of Islamic Republic, but they're saying that the Islamic Republic, if you want to stop us, you have to kill us because we're ready to die. And the shrouds on top of the black hijab makes them all look like penguins.
دفتر باید باز باشه، روال کار باید عادی انجام بشه، چه خود کارمندا رفت و برگشت چه خود ارباب رجوع. این ابلاغیه باید وقتی خودش یک درگه کتبی باشه. ما همچین چیزی رو نمیبینیم. بنابراین حالا بفرمایید سرجاتون. ما الله اکبر. حاج آقا. الله اکبر.
So the woman behind the speakerphone said, like, we don't accept your orders here. You don't have any documents to show us. We don't accept it. Allahu Akbar. So you say, and she told him to get lost. Get lost. We don't accept you. Get lost. And she started chanting Allahu Akbar. So you can see, guys, the divisions between different parts of the Islamic Republic right now. And here's another video showing the divisions. I want to show you, translate some of the chants. Have you seen these, Tara? This is what we watch here, and we have a lot of fun watching them get upset with each other and fight. Do you see these videos sometimes?
I've definitely seen a good portion of them for sure.
Okay. Let me translate these for you guys. So the first chant is like, hey, Pezeshkian, Where's your promises? What happened to your promises? Why did the conditions of the supreme leader, why did you throw them away? Why are you not abiding by the conditions of the supreme? So Ghalibaf and Arakshi, what happened to the blood? What are you doing with the blood of our children? Like, so they killed our children, and you're basically, selling the blood of our children, selling them out. Yeah. Death through the people with Western mindset. Diplomat hayakon muzakir rahakon. Hey, diplomats, have some honor. Stop negotiating. They killed our supreme leader, and instead now they're negotiating. So negotiating with the enemy is betraying the country. So the leaders of the three branches of the government don't retreat from enforcing hijab laws. So they're back on the enforcing the hijab laws. The laws about mandatory hijab needs to be enforced, because right now they're going back to being angry that mandatory hijab laws are not being enforced. So the last one was the most intense. It's like either get revenge for them killing our supreme leader, or die from lack of honor. So basically, either go get revenge or die. So
yeah, that's fair. That's their code.
Yes.
I have something just like that.
Oh, show me.
شنیدم آقای پزشکیان ناراحت شده که توی خیابون مردم بهش گفتن مرگ بر سازشگر. آقا شما با امضای قاتل رهبر ما با افتخار عکس گرفتی. همین که با لباس زن فرار نمی‌کنی برو خودتو شوک کن. همین که مردم هنوز آتیشتون نزدن برید خودتون رو شوک کنید. توبه کنید برگردید.
As you can see, another woman fully dirked up, just like the ones you saw in the video. Can you translate that for us? Because that was some heat.
So she said that I heard President Pezeshkian is upset that we are chanting death to the compromisers. He should go, thank God that we haven't burned him alive yet. Like, forget about chanting against him. The fact that we haven't burned him alive should be something that he should be thanking God for. There was another thing that she said. What was that first part? Like
you haven't like worn clothes like a woman and run away. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
گفتن مرگ بر سازشگر. آقا شما با امضای قاتل رهبر ما با افتخار عکس گرفتی. همین که با لباس زن فرار نمی‌کنی برو خودتو شوک کن.
Oh yeah, so he's upset that we're chanting death to the compromiser. Like, stop being such a snowflake. You're upset about that. You took a picture. You took a picture holding the MOU with your signature next to the signature of the murderer of our supreme leader. You took that picture proudly. The fact that you haven't ran away wearing women's clothes, you should be thanking God for that. The fact that we haven't burnt you alive yet, you should be thanking God for that. Amazing.
Yep, and he looked super happy doing it too. Okay, so basically, guys, Pezeshkian,
all right, every time you want to say something, just jump in, okay?
Okay.
Like
I just wanted to make sure, but I just wanted to say really quickly, it's very interesting to see how much these regime supporters are now going against the Islamic Republic, and I don't know if they realize how much that's helping us and how much that's helping the United States in taking down this regime. And what's even more bizarre to me is the regime supporters that are still standing by the Islamic Republic and, defending the MOU when this was mentioned earlier. But when this is a regime that prides themselves on statements like death to America and overall anti-Western sentiment. And it's very bizarre from both sides to see. but ultimately very helpful for us. And again, I don't know if they fully realize the extent to which they're helping our cause, but it's very fascinating.
Yeah, Tara, is actually something even more fascinating is that death to America and death to Israel is now being used as a silencing chant against death to the compromiser. So now the most jihadi, most Islamically minded pro supreme leader people see when chants of death to America, death to Israel as a chant against them, because they want to say death to the compromiser, death to Ghalibaf and Arakshi and stuff like that. And the other side wants to drown them out by saying death to America, death to Israel. So now they're getting angry when they hear death to America and death to Israel, because they want to chant death against Ghalibaf and Arakshi, which is a like, I never thought in my life that the most jihadi minded people there would see death to America as a silencing chant, a censorship chant.
Yeah, and whether this whole division was, we don't really know for sure, but whether this was coordinated by the introduction of the MOU or not, it's very strange. But again, it's also very interesting to see and think about when you start to kind of go over in your head about, well, what are the implications of this? Did the United States intend for things to go this way? And kind of what are their next course of action based on this division, and how the Islamic Republic is acting now because of it. So,
small brag, I predicted this around 4 or 5 years ago. The small brag, just had to do that this will happen.
Yeah, the double uprising.
Happened this soon. Yes, double uprising. Yes. So
they're desperately trying to get everyone on board. It's already hard enough to govern a country when you only have 5% support. Now it's 1%, and that 1% is fighting themselves. So in terms of time's ticking out. They're on the short timer to get everyone on the same page. And things like rolling blackouts aren't really helping them, because the people are getting just more and more annoyed. For those of you who don't know, across the country, there are extensive blackouts where there's no electricity from pretty much every city in every corner of the country. And this is particularly damaging to actually everyone, but particularly businesses, hospitals, people who are sick, who already don't have the money. And that's just the result of these mullahs who want war and have screamed for war all this time. For example, on Islamic Republic state media, this happened.
کما اینکه اگر بعد از این جام جهانی حضور امثال شما تو برنامه‌های صدا و سیما یا جاهای دیگه حتی زودتر از اینا اتفاق میافتاد، این سوال هی تو ذهن مردم تاب نمیخورد که چی شد؟ برق رفت؟ بابا باز ما انتقاد کردیم.
Oh my god. Power outage in state TV.
It's like, and then they cut to the ad.
Oh no. Oh no. They don't even have power for their studio. Oh no.
They don't. I have a couple of really good clips that I want you guys' opinions on here. So let's listen to this.
But before you do that, Ali, this is so embarrassing, because they're literally sitting on more energy than most. They're like sitting on it. Like, people can't say like, oh, it's the sanctions, it's this and that. They don't import energy. They're sitting on it. This shows the level of mismanagement of the Islamic Republic. You shouldn't be having power outages in a country that has more energy than most other countries combined.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so strangely, it seems like they took the audio clip down.
Especially with the blockade. They're like, oh, they have a blockade. Well, then you have more energy because you can't export it. How do you have power outages when you have... Okay. So
no, exactly. They're using the war as an excuse because of their mismanagement.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This dissent is not just tied to the Islamic Republic civilian supporters. It's going straight amongst the personnel of the IRGC as well. So this is the account, and there used to be an audio clip. They took it out, actually. So I wanted to show you guys, but I'll summarize it for you. So a soldier right now in the blistering heat of the southern coast of Iran, who's IRGC, is manning the rocket launchers and the missiles and everything like that, okay? He's complaining. He's like, our lives mean nothing to our commanders. casualties amongst us are on the rise, and this is true. So in the past few nights, you have multiple dozens. So I think the casualty count for the IRGC is somewhere around 50 or higher, because they're targeting the barracks, as well as a lot of the different, like, manned positions, not just unmanned. And this guy's complaining. He's like, we don't have advanced equipment. Everything that we do have is literally just target practice for American pilots. Our commanders don't care if we're manning an aircraft gun and we killed or not. He's saying, I had a friend who was killed in Jask, Hamid Reza Dehghani. So 3 weeks ago, the commander said, put those 2 anti-aircraft guns out there in the desert. And we knew that America would hit them, and he still said, put it. And then the commander, when he put them there, he knew that it would have no effect. These are F-35s, F-22s. Like, it's never this, manual artillery shooting into the air is never going to shoot them down. And he forced this IRGC guy's friend to go man that anti-aircraft gun. Now, the other guy wasn't an idiot, so he actually took some distance from it. But when it got hit, a piece of shrapnel cut this guy's throat. And he said he has 2 kids. He literally, one of them who just got born. Damn the Navy commanders. Damn the Navy commanders. Wow. And they are just having all these excuses. And he's not the only one. There's more. There's a lot more. But I'm just going to show you that one and this one. This one, another soldier saying, my fellow soldier in Hormuzgan, so again, southern coast of Iran, right where the Strait of Hormuz is. He's like, I'm not going to say the name of our barracks, but know that we're escaping. We're deserting. These fatherless bastards knew the attack was coming, and they didn't evacuate us. They evacuated us too late. So this guy, again, took more casualties. This must have been either Jask or Chabahar or something like that, or Konarak. And that's it. He's done. This guy's done. The other guy's done. They're deserting. They've had enough. So it's spreading amongst all their ranks, right? Pretty much. What do you guys think about the military personnel? So I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team say there's 3 things that need to happen. 1, the people need to come out on the streets again in mass. 2, there needs to be defections from the Islamic Republic. And 3, the people need to be armed. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I just want to say this kind of, going back to earlier when I mentioned the defections briefly, this kind of further points to that. And it is definitely another part of them breaking apart from the inside, because if they don't have any more military strength, then they have less capability to carry out these crimes, whether it be against Iranians or overseas abroad against our U.S. soldiers through their terror proxies. And ultimately, the more defections we have, the better. And it was a part of the Crown Prince's effort that he actually created that form for IRGC members to defect anonymously. And I think him putting that out there and giving the option of defecting in the first place, like letting them know you have a choice, I think that is so crucial in making this happen. And again, with those 3 points you mentioned, Ali, this being in that kind of second phase where people are defecting, like seeing this plan through is already like a breath of fresh air, I'm sure, for a lot of Iranians. And it is, again, definitely helping us in our efforts.
Yeah, that's actually, I don't need to add much to that, because you said it perfectly. I do think now is a good time to advertise Prince Reza Pahlavi's platform for defections, because right now there's a lot of anger within the armed forces of the Islamic Republic. More and more of them are realizing how worthless they are in the eyes of the regime. So whatever numbers Princess of Pahlavi managed to get before, I bet you now it's going to be a lot higher. You just need to, I'm sure a lot of these people are not even aware that that platform exists. So now that their level of anger is increasing among many of the armed forces, there needs to be a way to push this in front of them for them to know that this exists.
Yeah, no,
very good point, Tara.
Agree. And just kind of adding one last thing, for those who aren't aware of the platform, in the case that they do learn about it in due time, it's also kind of, it gets them to see the Crown Prince's side a little bit more if they haven't already, or haven't already had that kind of mental battle with themselves. Because if the Crown Prince is the one who's offering this platform and the one who's kind of extending that hand and saying, hey, you have a choice. You can, either stay with them or you can defect and, kind of join our efforts in ridding of this regime that clearly has no regard for your life. That's beneficial for the Crown Prince as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Tara, just remember that every time you want, you see how I jump in anytime I want. You should do the same thing. Okay, so anytime you have an opinion, just talk over us. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to remind everyone that when things do happen, when big things happen, like back in January and late December, things happen very quickly. What the important driver of defections is, in my opinion, a single thing, the biggest driver. If you are part of the Islamic Republic and you think that there is still a way out, you will not think of defecting. Once you believe that you have nowhere to go and that the Islamic Republic will fall, your chance of defecting is much, much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, no, that's a great point. And so I thank you for bringing that up, because when they're kind of at that point of no return, then they kind of adopt an almost apathetic attitude towards everything that's happening. And so when they think of like the concept of defecting, it's kind of just like a last resort, but they already feel like they have no options left. So, why not? And then ultimately, in the long run, that ends up being beneficial for that individual themselves. So I totally agree with you there.
Armin, do you think we're going to see a lot more defections when things pick up again? Because we did see them back in January. We saw a ton of defections between when the protests were happening and when the war started. What do you think?
I think they're happening right now as we're speaking. I think defections are happening. And usually when they happen, it takes a while until you get the reports that they were happening. But given how it's a combination of things: delayed payments, lack of faith in the regime, the observation of the infighting between different segments means a lot of people will be skeptical about whether or not they're even on the right side, and the danger that they bring. Because if you think about the people who are fighting for the regime, it's either ideological or financial. Mostly it's one of these two, or a combination of both. Like some people, it's a spectrum. Some people are lean more towards a little bit more towards ideological. Some people they just need to collect a paycheck. So if it's from the ideological perspective, they're seeing the infighting, they're thinking that maybe this regime is not even in line with the ideals of the revolution. They doubt themselves, they doubt what they're fighting for. When it comes to financial, it's not just the delayed payments, but it also seeing all of this is up in the air and not stable makes a lot of them think that even if today they're getting paid, maybe at some point they wouldn't get paid anymore. So they think the job security is very low. And also they're putting themselves at more risk than before, and for nothing at all. Like, you were shooting at F-35s. You're putting us out there. You're not here shooting at F-35s knowing that it's not going to bring it down, but you're putting us out here, and you just don't care if we die. So the risk is high, the pay is low, the pay is unstable, and we're not even sure if we believe in this anymore. So that's cause for. And actually, the most important thing, many of these people witnessed what the Islamic Republic did in early January. The massacre, many of them are shocked. Even people who are working within this regime, many of them are shocked by what they saw the regime did to the people. So that shook a lot of them. And a lot of them are looking for an opportunity to defect.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have some breaking news in terms of clips from Donald Trump providing some information on the strikes and maybe even a land invasion. And right before we show you guys that, guys, again, the bombardment of the southern coast of Iran has been happening since early morning today. The strikes did not begin now. They've been going on for, I think, about, I was checking before I fell asleep at 2 a.m. I was checking. There were still explosions happening in Bandar Abbas and Bushehr. They never stopped. Even this morning, you guys might have watched the World Cup game. All throughout it, Ahvaz to, Bandar Abbas are still being shelled extensively. And we got some clips from this interview with Donald Trump. So let's take a listen here. This is Trey Yingst.
We have seen extensive U.S. strikes against Iran for 3 consecutive nights now. This comes after the Iranians attacked vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. How would you describe what is happening at this moment? Has the war resumed?
Well, I guess you could define it any way you want, but certainly we're beating them up really badly. They have to be beat up. We're hitting them very, very hard. We're hitting every single thing that they have along the shore, along the waterfront. If you look at the Strait of Hormuz, it's now, we're finding it hard to find where they have anything. We have to stop it. We have to keep it open. I was going to charge a fee, but instead they'd rather spend a lot of money in the United States, which frankly is better because I don't like the idea of a fee. It's got to remain free because otherwise others will do the same thing. But I think we've made tremendous progress.
So your objective.
So that fee, the 20%, Armin, he's charging them 20% to provide security. Well, actually, he scrapped it, and he's instead going to get hundreds of billions of dollars, if not trillions, in terms of investments into the United States.
Okay, so first of all, he canceled it for the exact same reason why we said that doesn't make any sense. Like, because that would set a precedent that you could charge fees at international natural waterways. So he said that the reason why he said he's not going to do that was exactly why we said this is not a good idea. But when it comes to the investment, do not trust these Arab countries when they say that they're going to invest in you. Their words mean nothing. They don't even keep their promises to themselves. Just go look at the NEOM project in Saudi Arabia. These countries saying that we're going to invest in you trillions and trillions of dollars. Those words mean nothing unless they actually happen. And then don't believe it until the very last moment that they happen. And also, I do think that these Arab countries, if they're investing in the United States, I think there needs to be a law that they can't invest in education and media. Okay, they should not be able to. That should be blocked because they will use their leverage to poison the minds of Americans and infiltrate into the United States politics with their education and media, including social media. So those are 2 areas that I think that these countries should not be allowed to invest in.
Agreed. We have 2 more clips here.
They broke it.
Will these strikes continue?
They'll continue until I say it's enough.
Let's put that again.
They broke it.
Will these strikes continue?
They'll continue until I say it's enough. I mean, they'll continue. They've been, the word the military likes to use is degrade. They've been degraded to a very low level. And they have fight. It's like a great boxer. You think you have him beat, and then all of a sudden he comes back and he gives you a shot. They have some fight left, but they don't have much. And their weapon degrading has been incredible at a level. Nobody thought it was possible to do it this quickly.
We have 1 more.
But before you play that, I want to ask Tara about this. Tara, what do you want to see? Like, if you were an advisor to President Trump, what would you tell him right now regarding his policies with the Islamic Republic, now that he's going back into military operations, it seems?
Well, first off, I just want to say I think it's really interesting that he's acknowledging they don't have much left. In the caption right there, it says they have some fight left, and that he's claiming that these strikes are going to continue essentially until he says so. And what I would want to see is continuing that maximum pressure and not, taking any steps backward and trying to establish a new MOU or negotiate or hold talks with this set of people, because there was a period of time right before the MOU or right when it was coming up that President Trump was talking about how this is a new set of people and, they might be more reasonable than the last. But, as we can see, especially with the failure of the MOU, that these are essentially the people who are enabling the crimes of the past leadership. And they still support that same ideology. This is still a theocratic dictatorship. This isn't a government that we can appease or try to make peace with under any circumstances. So I would just encourage keeping up that maximum pressure and degrading their military and economic capacities for sure.
Would you go as far as advising President Trump to attack power plants and bridges?
I would stick to the IRGC bases and the military sites and anywhere where the IRGC may be holding camp. I would kind of stay away from any, huge infrastructures that might, civilians might be on. And I would keep the attacks very precise, very deliberate, focused on the IRGC and, for the bases for those associated with the regime.
What if President Trump brings in his military advisors and they tell you that, listen, there's the only way, if your goal is regime change, the only way to significantly weaken the Islamic Republic for an uprising to be successful is for us to do heavy damage on the infrastructure, like power plants and bridges and stuff like that. And based on our calculation, that is the only way. Would you say like, okay, let's do it or no?
I think in that regard, if that truly is the only way, I think then I would go shift kind of towards, giving the proper warnings to the Iranian people, ensuring that, they have the internet connectivity to receive those warnings and have full knowledge of where they're going to be hitting, what time they're going to be hitting, so that we can limit civilian casualties as much as possible and keep the aim on, IRGC members and regime affiliates.
Okay, great answers.
Thank you.
But by the way, Tara, how much time do you? Oh yeah, go on. Let me, Tara, how much time? Like, because I forgot to ask you how much time do we have? We just hold you hostage here.
I can stay on. I don't have anything planned, so yeah.
Okay. Just
however long you want. Yeah.
Okay. Ali, okay, go ahead. Ali, sorry.
Yes, I want to get your guys' opinion. So, what is it? Could it be, in you guys' opinion, that the MOU was never? So, first of all, let me preface this by saying, Tara, I think you might be disappointed soon. I think that these strikes and the way that he's talking is probably going to degrade the capabilities of the Islamic Republic, maybe even shed another layer of their leadership just to bring them back to the negotiating table to talk about the nuclear. So I think we might see a couple more weeks of these sort of strikes, maybe even assassinations. But at this point, I'm thinking that he's trying to draw back the Islamic Republic to talks.
So what do you think?
That's obviously not the most ideal outcome, because again, anybody who is affiliated with this regime in any sort of way has already, whether directly or indirectly, enabled their behavior and has shown that, if you're working with this regime, you obviously support what they're doing and all of these crimes they're carrying out. And I really hope that the United States government can understand that at some point, that the Iranian people don't want the Islamic Republic, period. Whether it's quote unquote reformed or, another, form of the Islamic Republic in general. Whether we go 2 levels down the leadership or 4 levels, the fact remains that this is still the Islamic Republic, the same government who pushes this anti-America sentiment, who murders the people they're supposed to protect, tortures them, rapes them, a large majority of them being young people. And so that's not something that, that's not, the Islamic Republic just as a whole cannot be dealt with on the grounds of a peace deal or negotiations or trust in any manner because of their past behavior. So that's what I'll say to that.
So can I challenge that from a steel manning position from the American side? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
So then the other side might respond, yeah, we know that the Iranian people are against the Islamic Republic. We know that already. You guys have made it very clear. Okay, but obviously, as the American government, we have to prioritize Americans, and we don't have endless supply of military capabilities to just go and do endlessly do what you guys want us to do, right? There is a limitation. Even to U.S. power, there's a limitation. And the major limitation is political capital, right? We need to, if the American people don't want us to, escalate, then we have to be concerned about that because we have the midterms coming. We can't just, it's not like a video game that we just press a button and then missile comes down the sky and it will just endlessly could just offer missiles to you guys for the sake of your liberation. This is more complicated. There's a lot of, when it comes to military operations, things cannot just endlessly go forever. Things need to get paused, so we might escalate and there might be a pause, then we might escalate again. But this is more complicated than us just, the Iranian people want liberation. Okay, there you go. We'll do it for you guys. Endless military support for free for you guys because you want to be liberated. There, from the American side, we have to take the Americans' interest perspective and also the limitations, political limitations, economic limitations, and military operation limitations. And you have to understand that we have to pause that sometimes. How do you respond to that?
Well, what I will say to that is this isn't just beneficial for the Iranian people. It's also hugely beneficial for the United States' national security, as well as for those around the world, honestly. Because as we know, the Islamic Republic is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. And they're the ones who are training and funding groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, which are the ones that are threatening the United States' national security. So not only will degrading the Islamic Republic's military capacity help free the Iranian people, but it will also greatly help the American people and our U.S. troops, and it will help prevent, in the future, down the line, surprise deployments that these soldiers don't want to receive. And again, it's not just a cause of the Iranian people. For decades now, the Islamic Republic, they've been all about anti-Western sentiment, anti-United States, and just ultimately spreading their terror throughout the world and spreading this radical Islamism throughout the world, and ultimately weakening them and degrading them will be, again, hugely beneficial for both the Iranian people and the United States. So I would definitely want the United States government to keep that in mind when deciding where to go with regards to the regime.
Are you sure you're only 17? You sound like you've been doing this for 10 years of political activism. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good answer.
Yeah, Armin's been grilling you and you've answered really well. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
So do you guys think possibly that the MOU could have, it wasn't the real goal, it was just built to fail, but President Trump needed it to build a case that the Islamic Republic is such a big enough trouble, and he needed to build that case not to just the American people in the world, but particularly the Gulf countries. And that's why we've seen the Gulf countries like Qatar, United Arab Emirates, even Kuwait and Bahrain now are launching missiles through the Islamic Republic. Do you think maybe that was his goal with it?
I think, again, it's it's very difficult to decipher President Trump's actions and his motivations for doing certain things, I think, as we all know. But I mean, ultimately, this pause gave us that division in the regime, which we were discussing earlier, which is, a huge plus for us. And that pause, again, it could have definitely allowed the United States to take that moment, kind of watch the regime's moves and what they're doing when that ceasefire happened, and then calculate how they want to move forward with regards to that behavior.
Armin, what do you think?
Yeah, I also think that the only way to figure out exactly what's going to happen is to just watch it happen. We could put a lot of the different options and motivations on the table and to consider it. But with President Trump, the only thing predictable about President Trump is that he's going to do unpredictable things. That's what I've been saying for many, many years. The only thing you could predict about what President Trump is going to do is that it's going to be unpredictable.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So with that, let's watch the last clip and then we'll get to some updates.
Quickly.
You posted today on True Social comments that you made back in 1988 about Karg Island. And at the time you said, one bullet shot at one of our men or ships, and I'd do a number on Karg Island, I'd go in and take it.
Yeah.
Do you still intend to take Karg Island?
So I can't say that to you because if I did, it would be foolish, right? But it'd be nice to make a little headlines, but it would be foolish. But I'll tell you about Karg Island. So we've already...
Are you ruling out a ground campaign in a limited capacity?
I don't want to say that either, but I would say no if I thought it was appropriate. I'd say sometimes you need a ground campaign, but we have other people that will do the ground campaign for us. But we already hit Karg Island, as you know, twice. Even 3 times. I said, hit everything but the oil. Just leave that little area from 25 yards out. Leave that little area. Don't touch the oil, because I don't want that in terms of the world economy. It's a chunk of the world economy. Quickly.
You posted today on True Social.
What do you guys think about that? Armin, I think you raised your eyebrows at a certain thing there.
We have other people that would do that for us. What does that mean?
Could it be? Could it be the Persian Gulf Arab countries? Actually, I would say probably not. Could be Iraq. Could be Iraq.
Nobody has the capability.
No one has the capabilities. No, absolutely no
one
one.
has the
But we're talking about a
capability.
limited, maybe just a couple thousand troops here.
Not even Israel has the capability to do an amphibious assault on any of the islands in southern Iran. The only one who could do that is the United States.
Right. So I was actually saying on the Persian Discord earlier today. Sorry,
Tara seems like you open your mouth a little bit and like, can I speak that? Just go for it. Go for it.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add like a really quick comment. This almost makes me wonder that brief comment he said about having other people to do it for him. Like, that makes me wonder if there is a plan in place already that the U.S. government isn't fully disclosing. So I just thought that tad bit was interesting.
There's absolutely a plan. What that plan's objective is the kind of the question, is what we're wondering. How aligned is it with our objectives? So I think Armin wanted to say something.
Here's the problem. If you take Karg Island, that would devastate the Islamic Republic, right? Because 90% of the Islamic Republic's oil exports go through that island. They do have alternatives, but none of them have the capacity of Karg Island. So that would absolutely collapse the economy of the Islamic Republic. It will suffocate them. The problem is that the rest of the world is not going to get their oil too, right? There's 2 problems, right? So it will devastate the supply of oil in the markets, and the United States doesn't have right now enough oil reserves, enough cushion in oil reserves. So this could basically make oil prices jump to $200 per barrel. And not only that, this would be so devastating to the Islamic Republic that they will go all out. A lot of people think that the Islamic Republic has gone all out against the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf. They haven't. They would start, because they could start attacking oil facilities in a way that they haven't done so. Like, a lot of the attacks right now are on U.S. bases and some infrastructure, but mostly U.S. bases. If they start targeting, if they see that they're falling, if they see that the United States is taking over Harg Island, they might start attacking oil infrastructure and water salination facilities in all of the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf. That would make the markets go, like, that would be the impact of that on the markets, would be something that I don't know if the United States is yet ready to accept. That's why that's the nuclear option that I think the United States wants to. It might be what Ali is saying. It might be intimidation tactic to get the Islamic Republic back on the negotiating table. And it also might be that the Islamic Republic thinks that this is intimidation tactic, and they think that they're calling President Trump's bluff, and he's not actually going to do it because they are seeing that they don't have enough oil reserves as a cushion. It might be that.
But what if we took all the Islamic Republic's oil that's already sitting on the ocean? Ooh.
Yeah, but that's not going to. That would be a one-time. But somebody needs to start managing the oil wells and keep extracting, right? So that would be a one-time win. But then who's going to go and actually keep extracting the oil from the oil? Like, maybe the United States needs to. No, I don't know if it could do that. But maybe maybe Iraq could help, right? Maybe the whole point of Prime Minister Ali Zaidi in Washington D.C. right now is to get Iraq to provide enough cushion for the United States to be able to do something like this. I don't know. Somebody needs to crunch the numbers to see if that would make a meaningful difference. But that might be the point of one of the reasons why the United States is getting so involved in Iraq.
So it's time for updates with that. And in terms of Iraqi updates, guys, so Mr. al-Zaidi, Prime Minister of Iraq, is actually going to sign 18 agreements with the United States while he's here. I assume he's signed already most of them. I think he's going to stay for maybe another day or two, but it's going to be about trade, energy investment, medical supplies, weapons, and education. Also, my cat just rolled off the bed while he was sleeping, and he's looking really shocked. So this is going to be about $1 trillion of a development fund that Iraq is going to establish with a U.S. bank in particular. That's a huge step. Another thing, the U.S., they're getting U.S. backing in the de-arming of the IRGC proxies, PMF, and Kataib Hezbollah, who are coming out with statements saying that we will never disarm. So that's just a conflict waiting to happen at this point. In terms of breaking news with the Islamic Republic of Iran, they are launching a lot of ballistic missiles at the moment. They've been launching them all day. They're launching them from Tabriz, from Khuzestan, and multiple other areas. They're going to unknown locations because they just got launched. We're talking about as of no more than 2 minutes ago. But also, really interesting piece of news. The Iron Dome has been activated to intercept missiles over Jordan. So this must be really close to the Israeli border here. Were they meant for Israel? I don't know. And that just happened. That would be 4 minutes ago. So the Iron Dome has been activated in Israel. So that would be a major escalation if those missiles were launched towards Israel and not actually Jordan. That would be it for the Islamic Republic. Game over, bye-bye, match and set.
If Israel gets, a lot of people's analysis says that if Israel gets involved, then we're going to go for a full head-to-head major escalation war with the Islamic Republic. So it would be very idiotic right now of the Islamic Republic to, I think Israel is sitting like really hoping, just give me one missile, just hit us with, just give me I'm just itching to get in. I'm just itching. Islamic Republic, please give me the excuse, because if the Islamic Republic strikes Israel with one missile or drone, then Israel like, what? That's it. There's Nobody could tell us to hold back. They strike us, we go in. And if they go in, they just might really go in because they have been waiting. They have so many targets ready. And before United States could stop them, they want to go take these people out. So yeah, I think Israel is like, I dare you, I double dare you, please, just one drone, one missile, send it my way. Give me the excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a perfect meme here. This is the one that you like, Armin. This is your favorite meme, the one that's like, let me in.
I love this. Let me in. Yes. That's
so in terms of breaking news, that's it. Let's show you guys some of the more military stuff before we go into the allegrams and another special thing that I'm going to do. So Bahrain got hit by cluster munitions today, which is quite insane.
Ali, stop laughing when you say that. Hey, Bahraini people, we love you. We don't want you to die. Okay, but
I'm not laughing because they're getting hit. I'm laughing because it's crazy.
I know. I'm just messing with
you. So yeah, let's actually take a look at what those look like. So people are confusing this clip with cluster munitions. This one is actually a U.S. Patriot missile that has failed in intercepting a ballistic missile and detonated so that it might catch the missile by proximity. Most people think that's the cluster munition. Ladies and gentlemen, that's actually not the cluster munition, just so we can clarify that. I got multiple questions. These are. This is pictures over Bahrain, and those are cluster bombs that are being landed on industrial zones.
This is a human rights. This is like the greatest of all human rights violations, right? To do cluster bombs on civilian areas.
Correct. These are industrial targets that are being hit. The Fifth Fleet has been taking more hits. It was already on fire for a couple of days. It's been getting hit even more, and we can see some more clips here of these interceptions or attempted interceptions by the Patriot missiles. It turns out the Patriot missiles are having a ton of trouble with cluster munitions. They're actually not very effective at all against them. So that's a little unfortunate there.
Oh, God.
But
guys, next time the Islamic Republic tells you that, they're not attacking Bahrain and Kuwait, they're only targeting specific U.S. interests in Bahrain and Kuwait and UAE. These are cluster munitions. There is no targeting. The whole point of these is that it doesn't target. It's indiscriminate. So they're not targeting anything. They're just going for maximum damage against anything that these things hit. These are the type of things that Israel gets accused of, that Israel never does, but the Islamic Republic does, and it doesn't get nearly as much outrage.
So guys, right here on the map where the green marker is, Nazareth in Israel, the Iron Dome was activated. It's very, very close to Jordan here, so it could be intercepting missiles over Jordan, but I'm kind of confused because the military base of the United States is actually here. One of them is here, and that's pretty far away from Israel. This actually got hit today. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So they took some direct hits from Islamic Republic ballistic missiles. Once again, that's another Jordanian U.S. base that took hits. And it's not looking so good in terms of getting hit. So you can see an explosion right there. The extent of damage is unknown. We've been telling you guys the Islamic Republic is getting some hits in, but I believe they're pretty much light to moderate amounts of damage. There was a hangar that got completely obliterated with a lucky shot, but in terms of the damage that the Islamic Republic is receiving versus dishing out, it's not even close. It's just not even close. And one thing that's been helping the Islamic Republic to hit its targets is actually the targeting of United States forces telephones, like their mobiles. They're sending specific signals, and if they bounce off of mobile phones around the US bases, they're using those signals to lock in GPS coordinates and start launching drones and missiles. So it's only a matter of time. That's called competitive adaptation. They're getting better at what they're doing. It's only a matter of time when this conflict continues for American casualties to start appearing, which is the worst case scenario. There are some more updates about Saudi Arabia and the Houthis. They're pretty much full on fighting at the moment. Saudi Arabia is dumping its most expensive munitions on the Yemenis now as well, to very, very poor effect. They're missing most of these $2 million missiles. Their military is evidently not very effective at all. But it's time for Alligrams. And we can get some Tara's opinions on these, actually. So, here it is.
So tell Tara what Alligrams are. First.
So, guys, in general, I like to go into the Farce News, which is a pro-IRGC political news discussion group. And these are all people in Iran. They're Islamic Republic supporters, hardcore supporters. And I go in and I see what they're saying. So, okay. And this guy is saying, this group has always behaved and acted like this. They express their opinions in words. Then when they see the public's reaction, they quickly justify it and say, we didn't mean that. We meant this. Which is what Ali Khamenei used to do all the time. He used to say, I'm telling you guys negotiations with the Americans or, this or that is bad, but because Pezeshkian wants to, we'll do it.
Mm.
So if it didn't work out, it's Pezeshkian's fault. If it did work out, Khamenei takes the credit for it by saying, I allowed it to happen in the first place. And these people are getting called out in Farce News. What do you think?
So before Tara responds, so Ali, just to clarify for people who didn't get it, these people are waking up and realizing that the people like Pezeshkian are being used as a scapegoat. The regime is being dishonest. They come out and, Mujtaba Khamenei comes out and says, I'm against the negotiations, but then they go do the negotiations anyways. And if it doesn't work out, they just say, well, I told you it's not going to work out, even though they were pushing for it themselves. Is that what they're saying? They're being two-faced.
Exactly.
They're being dishonest.
Exactly. Okay. They're realizing it now.
They're realizing, and they're saying this is exactly the same thing that the father was doing. Like father, like son. Okay. Yeah. So they're waking up. Okay, so Tara, what do you think about this?
I mean, all I can say to this is I'm not all that surprised. This kind of hypocritical behavior is something we've seen from the very beginning, from the Islamic Republic. And, they can't be trusted to keep their word, essentially, which is another point as to why they can't be trusted with regards to any deals. And I don't really have much to add there, but I'm not too surprised seeing a statement like this coming from that end.
But what do you think about the fact that even the pro-regime people are waking up to this and realizing that they're being fooled by the officials? Does that give you hope that we're moving towards the whole thing falling down, the whole thing coming down like a house of cards?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to when we were talking about defections. Again, the regime breaking apart from the inside, this whole infighting, it's really good for us and our cause because they're doing the work for us. They're collapsing in on themselves. And I'm not sure to what extent they fully even understand that. But yeah, it is definitely beneficial to us in that way.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the next one. This one has horrible translation. So actually, Armin, I'm going to have to trouble you to read it for us.
Okay. اینا هر کار میکنن تو کشور ایران، تو خیابونای ایران، نه مثل محمد نامی که از روز اول جنگ رمضان ترامپ گفت با یک محمد نام از مسئولین ایران هم هماهنگیم. اوکی. همونم رفت پاکستان، همون پاکستانی که لاریجانی گفت اشتباه محض میانجیگری کنه. محمد کی بود؟ قالیباف نفوذی. اوکی، سو حالا نوچه هاش میان واسه مالکشی، واسه ردگم کردن، بس بابا پایداری چه کار است. Oh, so this guy is realizing that there's a false opposition among their own camps.
Waking up.
Wow. So, guys, let me tell you what's happening here. So, this guy is saying that these people are going and negotiate, go up again, like to the
Yep.
higher. So, he's saying, like, President Trump keeps saying that I'm talking to these people, to this Muhammad guy, to this, like, Hamid guy. And he's right. Like, he is talking to them. Muhammad is this guy, and, go lower. So, that's the guy that Muhammad was the guy that went to Pakistan, and now he's talking about another person, and that's so he's basically saying Trump. So let me summarize him. This is a guy that is against the MOU and negotiating with the Americans. He's saying that they're all lying to us, not just the Ghalibaf camp, but also the Paidari camp. He's saying the only like he's saying Trump is being honest. Trump keeps saying that we're negotiating with them, and the people he was referring to, these are the people. So Trump has been telling the truth. The regime has been lying to us, and not only the Ghalibaf camp has been lying to us. The Paidari camp is also lying to us. The Paidari camp is basically false opposition as part of the Ghalibaf camp. Like nobody, stop it, stop it. Like you're all lying to us. So these are the former pro-regime people who don't trust anybody in the regime. It's interesting because these are the most jihadi-minded part of the Islamic Republic, and the only person now they trust is Trump. They don't trust the Islamic Republic. They trust Trump because they think Trump has been telling them the truth, but the regime has been lying to them. So they hate Trump because he's responsible for killing Ali Khamenei, but they also trust him, and they think that he's their source of their news now.
Yeah, and they didn't delete this message. I mean, usually messages like this are actually the admins go in and they delete them, but there's so many of them. There's so many of them recently that a lot of them are getting through, and I'm able to bring it to you guys. Isn't that crazy?
Tara,
they're trusting the
Tara,
words of Trump.
Trump, exactly. What do you think about this, Tara? Because Ali and I have been showing a lot of videos and evidence that pro Mujtaba Khamenei people, because Mujtaba Khamenei is not there to tell them what's happening, and they don't trust any other official. They're saying, and they curse the regime, like curse you that you're making us go to the person who killed our supreme leader for news. So they hate it. They hate that they're listening to Trump for news because they don't trust the regime. But more Americans need to know that the most hardline elements of the Islamic Republic, they see Trump as the only source that they could trust. I think more people need to realize that in the United States, because that's very interesting. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think this is all first of all, very entertaining to see, because it's a complete 180 from what you normally think of these people and their ideologies and how they carry themselves with regards to these kind of conflicts. The fact that they're putting more trust in the U.S. government, who they've actively condemned for years, rather than in the Islamic Republic. I mean, it's mind-blowing. It's hard to even comprehend, but it is definitely entertaining to watch unfold. I will say that.
Yeah, it's hilarious that the people who are the most aggressive with wanting President Trump to be assassinated are also the people who trust Trump and no one else as their source of news for actually what's happening. That is crazy.
Definitely.
We have one more.
Yeah. Okay.
We have this one. So someone was coming and saying like, hey, like, whatever, like, we got to keep on going with the agreement and stuff like that. This guy comes in and says, don't talk nonsense. Like, stop BSing. You went and made an agreement. Didn't you see Pezeshkian's signature? Didn't you say, what's the point of like a victory? Why didn't you do this? Can you also read this part for me in Farsi?
حرف مفت نزن. شما رفتی توافق کردید اول امضای پزشکیان رو ندیدی؟ مگه نمیگفتید پیروزی چی شد؟ پیروزی مگه نمیگفتید پیروزیه چی شد؟ چرا روش چی؟ روش نمود چند بار میخواهید اینطور چرا نموند چرا روش نموند؟ چند بار میخواهید اینطوری گند بزنید به مملکت بعد از زیرش بعد از قصد از زیرش در برید؟ ولی این دفعه نمیشه. دیر یا زود عوامل این بدبختی رو بیچارگی رو میکشونیم از اصلاح طلب و قالیباف و چیچی زبون چیچی زبون نفهم تر ندیدم. Fans چیچی زبون نفهم تر نفهم. Okay, so go up. I think I got it, but what this guy is trying to say. Go up. So he's saying, didn't you see? You told us this is victory. What happened? Why didn't you stay on it? So basically, this guy is saying you lied to us that you said this is victory. But you keep ruining it. You keep ruining it, and then you run away. But this time, we're not going to let you. One way or another, we will find the people responsible for all of this hardship and all of this devastation, from the reformers to Ghalibaf. I've never seen anybody more insane. Like basically, a summary is that you guys lied to us, telling us that we are being victorious, but everything is going to crap right now, and you kept on lying to us. But this time, we're not going to let you get away with it, whether whether you're a reformer or Ghalibaf or all of these people. So he's basically really angry with the regime and saying that you lied to us, saying that we're winning this, but we're not, and you ruined everything. That's what they're saying. Yeah,
exactly. So pretty much this Alligram segment was just to show you guys that the regime supporters are so incredibly skeptical of the regime and how much they've been lied to. So that's the Alligram portion. I'm actually going to go prepare something. Let me stop sharing.
Yes. Ali has Tara. This is a special treat for you because today, by coincidence, Ali is going to do something that we have never done before. So, and you get to see it. And I'm actually okay. So Ali, you go prepare that. I could do the. Yeah. Do you need time? I could do some super chats.
Yeah. So while we do that, actually, I wanted you to show the two clips that I put in the private chat for our studio. Either one of you can show it. In order, if you could show that. So, guys, this is going to be a ship that I think either hit a mine or was hit by the Islamic Republic and is partially sunk today.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Confirmed.
What the hell? Okay, here. Let me go back up here. What? I don't believe this. This needs to be triple confirmed from the.
Gosh.
This is from the site of the loony ship incident off the Iranian coast this morning. Okay, I don't believe this. If this is true, okay, this needs to be triple checked. If this is true, this is going to escalate everything. No way. What? No effing way. This is like oh my god, the whole ship sunk? Okay, guys, don't believe this until this gets triple confirmed.
I was going to say I'm wondering what source this is coming from and whether they've posted primarily truthful news or not, because I would remain skeptical until we get, again, like he said, an official confirmation on that.
Yes, I think we should, like, I don't know why, because if this was, I don't think so. Ali, come back. I don't think this is confirmed, because why would it not be everywhere right now? This would be, if this is real, this would be on Shin and Vahid Online, and it would be on Iran International. It would be everywhere if that was the case, and it's not. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe it. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, I would definitely look more into that account before making any official
yes
kind of assumption or anything like that.
Might be from earlier. Okay, so wait, guys, people in the chat, you guys are saying it's real? Give me a better source than this. This source is not good. Play the second one. Okay, here, I'll play the second one. No. Yeah, I don't believe any of this. Ali, come back. Where's your source? Give me a better source. I don't trust this account. Anyways, before Ali comes back, I want to play this of you, right? Message to the US. Oh, by the way, before I play this, is there anything that you wish that we asked you and you had the chance to say that we haven't asked you yet?
I mean, I've pretty much expressed everything with regards to the current affairs that are going on. And okay. I appreciate that you, Armin, are kind of bringing a devil's advocate stance to all of this. It's definitely makes for an interesting conversation and allows, the viewers to see multiple perspectives and how, we kind of counter that. And so I just wanted to thank you for that.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. You did a good job responding to them, by the way. But I do want to. But feel free, like, if you ever think, like, I wish, why are they not talking about this? They should be asking me about this. I wanted to talk about something else. So feel free at any point to say, like, by the way, Armin and Ali, I want to also use this opportunity to say this. So you just feel like this is your show, okay? Mm-hmm. So, but I did want to play this because this is you also at your, I mean, honestly, I can't pick which one of these videos you're at your best because they're all very good. But this is one of your, great videos. I just wanted to share that with people to see.
To the current U.S. administration, allow us Iranians to make one thing perfectly clear. Regime reform is not the same as regime change. If the current leadership is still part of the Islamic Republic's hierarchy, those are still supporters and enablers of the previous administration's actions. Those are still murderers, individuals in power who watched life leave the eyes of innocent souls like Saleh Mohammadi, an 18-year-old boy, and approved these actions by covering them up or otherwise acting like they were somehow justified. These types of people cannot be negotiated with whatsoever. As I said months ago, you cannot deal with a dictatorship. You cannot negotiate with people who actively champion everything that goes against your values, your humanity, and the humanity of the citizens in the country it has occupied. Doing so will only create more chaos in the long run, rather than if this regime is demolished now. The Islamic Republic is looking at this 2-week ceasefire as an opening to continue conducting their terror in darkness. With the Iranian people on their 39th day of being entirely cut off from the rest of the world, having no internet connection, unable to text family or friends, or document the crimes occurring in the country without a VPN, the regime believes they are off the hook. While Iranians are grateful for the illumination of the ex-supreme leader Ali Khamenei and other top officials of the regime, this fight is far from over. The same traces of venom linger in this new regime, and the rapes, tortures, executions, and worldwide funding and supplying of terrorism won't end until this regime is crumbled from the inside out. The Iranian people have chanted time and time again the name of their selected leader, whether that be in front of the White House or on the bloodied streets of Tehran. That name is Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, a man who is offering himself as the transitional leader to a secular, democratic Iran where the people can choose their future, where the people will be the pioneers of a more peaceful Iran and Middle East, one that the United States can hold true friendship and trust with. No reform and no negotiations with the Islamic Republic. Payande Iran and Javid Shah.
Wow. That was perfect.
Thank
Are
you.
you gonna run for office or anything? Like, are you gonna be like running for Congress or Senate? Like, is that part of your plan?
I'm not sure what will happen in the future, but I do want to say, all of this comes from it doesn't come from like pure interest in politics or anything like that. It mainly just comes from the fact that, there are people in Iran who look exactly like me, who have the same hobbies I do, who have the same passions I do, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, young people who have barely even been given the chance to really start their lives, and they are being entirely those chances are being stripped away from them by the Islamic Republic, who is completely shutting them down and murdering them for the most basic thing a young person could want, which is self-expression. And so it was really people like Nika Shakarami, for example, the 16-year-old who was murdered and raped by the Islamic Republic, those affiliated with it, who really pushed me to make these videos and to speak up on these things, because the world needs to know. And I can't, it just pains me to stand idly and watch these crimes happen, hear about these crimes, and not do anything about it. So that's where this drive really comes from, to speak up on behalf of these young people who otherwise wouldn't have the chance to. And I will say I don't have much time left. I do have to go really quickly.
Okay.
I will stay for Ali's.
Okay.
what he's going to do.
What? Okay. So let me just promote your X account, guys. Please go follow Tara on X. Let me put the link in the chat.
And
Okay,
another
sorry.
thing I just wanted to quickly say again about Massa Advocacy Group, for those who may not have been here in the beginning, I just wanted to give a shout out to them. They're the grassroots advocacy group I work with. We're all volunteers, and without them, I wouldn't be here. So all of my colleagues who are doing this work and calling these congressmen and senators and advocating on behalf of Iran-related legislation, and overall just taking that chance to really utilize our democracy, which again, something the Iranian people inside the country don't even have the chance to do. So I just quickly wanted to give a brief mention to them, and that's all.
Okay, where can they find? Where can people find them?
Yes, so our website is massaadvocacygroup.org. And then if you're a US citizen, you can take action as well. And on our front page is actually a section where you can type in your zip code and your city and your address, and it will give you your representative along with a letter that my colleagues and I have written. And on the right side there is kind of a summary of it. And that's essentially what we do and how you can help.
Yes, guys, the link I will put the link is in the chat. Let me show it one more time. And Tara, sorry that we went so long and took your time.
No worries at all.
But overall, were you happy so far with the way that we? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, 100%. It's always great to have these discussions, and you guys do such a good job of documenting these things, and hosting this dialogue, remaining very objective, and going through all the different stances and the counter arguments. And so overall, I think it's great, and of course, I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I wanted to make sure that we promoted all the great work that you do. One last question: are you born in the United States?
Yes.
Were you born in? Okay, so you could run for president. That's great. Fantastic! Wow, guys, imagine if we have an Iranian American president in the United States at some point. That would be great. Guys, follow Tara. I know that she has such a it's obvious that she's a rising star. I mean, she's already a star, but it's obvious that she's going to have a lot, I can see that you're going to have a really bright future. It's pretty obvious.
It's very
everybody can tell that. Okay, let me rush through this because I know you have to go. Ali, can we bring you up? Yes, give me a thumbs up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for this, I'm going to bring myself down because I want more of Ali, and you two could, so I'm going to put myself down.
All right, guys, hello. Tara, if you want to, you can as well.
Okay, wait,
I
how
think
do I'm not
I got you, no worries.
okay,
All right, hey guys. So, I play a traditional Persian instrument, and I was gonna play something for you guys real quick. Maybe I'll do it more often, but by the way, my social anxiety hasn't been kicking in like this in a long time. I don't know what it is. I'm in front of the camera, in front of, like, right now we have 1,500 people watching. I don't have a problem with talking. As soon as I bring this out, I'm like, oh my god, all right, what am I doing? So let me adjust the camera there so you guys can kind of see that. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hope you liked that. I'm going to put this away, and I'll be back in just like 1 minute. So BRB, you guys can come up.
Woo! That was great. Oh my god.
wow, yes. That deserves
That was
applause.
fantastic.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was amazing.
Yes. And even like the sounds of our traditional music, it really does remind you what we're fighting for in the end. And, just this love for our country and our people. And, even hearing that, like that made me emotional. It was just very beautiful. And again, it is just very much does serve as a big reminder of where we come from and, just fighting on behalf of our culture and the ability to be able to express that culture freely. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that was, guys, and Tara is saying that because the song that Ali picked was Iran. Man, it was a Iran song. Yes. That was beautiful, Ali. That was
Yes,
amazing.
it was amazing.
Well done.
Thank you.
I was just explaining how, even hearing that, it really does remind us what we're fighting for in the end. And it's very heartwarming to hear that, maybe one day in a free Iran, you can show off your music skills and we can all dance and, be free.
Yeah,
Tara, have
exactly.
you been to Iran?
Sorry?
Have you been to Iran? Have you been to Iran?
I have not. All my family is there, but because of the conditions, I haven't been able to return. But it is my lifelong dream to be able to go back, stand in front of Kursk police, just breathe the air of my home country, and be able to stand there and dance and sing in the streets in liberation. And so, again, it's just a huge dream of mine.
Seeing you, Ali, you and Ali, because Ali also, his life mission is to be able to go to Iran. Seeing you two say that makes me feel so ungrateful of when I was in Iran, because I lived in Iran for 20 years. And coming here and witnessing how much you guys are trying to go back just makes me feel like every second that I was there, I wasn't appreciating it the way I should have been.
Well, your efforts now, whether or not, that you do believe that your efforts now are making up for any and all of that. The fact that you're hosting these shows practically daily and having these conversations in the first place, and showing objective news like this and allowing people to know the truth about Iran, that on its own is a great honor to Iran. So just keep that in mind. Of course.
Thank you for saying that. And Tara, I know you have to go, and we're keeping you. So sorry, we're going to let you go. But I just want to mention one more time, it was really, truly an honor. I was so happy to see you responded positively to the invitation. I hope this was useful. And guys, again, we're going to put the link to the chat the link to Tara's Twitter account and to her website, which is the Mahsa Advocacy Group. I'll put it in the description, and make sure you go support her. One more time, I'm going to put the links one more time before she goes. Sorry, Tara, I know you have to go.
No worries.
One more
Thank you so much for coming, by the way. That was great.
Thank you for inviting me and having me on.
Yeah, everyone loved you.
Yes.
I really.
All right, go. Yeah, well, I know. Tara's like, okay, stop talking. I told you I need to go. Okay, go. Okay.
No, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and keep up the great work. And it has been a pleasure to be on today and talk with you both. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Stay in touch.
Iran, Javid Shah. Bye-bye.
Javid Shah.
Yes.
Okay, that was good.
Then there were two.
That was, oh my God, Ali, that was beautiful. Holy shit! What the hell? What? Are you kidding me? That was beautiful.
I'm like standing there, and my legs were like turning to jelly from anxiety. I was like, it's obviously it's different than recording something, because you're like live and you're like, okay, don't mess up. And also I'm standing up and playing when usually you have like I don't know. Anyway, I like everyone's response to it. I'm glad that everyone liked it.
Were you seeing the chat? The chat was going wild. People were so impressed. I think some people were tearing up. Yeah,
that's great. Do you know the first song that I played?
I think is Benam Shah.
Yeah. Do you guys know in the chat? Do you guys know the
Benam Shah? Yes. So 2 songs, Benam Shah and A Iran. Oh, I got it right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, those are the 2 really, really patriotic songs.
I love that song. Oh, I love that song. Oh my God, I miss listening to it. Now I'm looking for it now. But yeah, that great picks.
Yeah, thank you. So, shall we jump into it? Let's read the super chats. Let me give you guys a quick update. It looks like something big has happened. Yeah, what's up?
No, I just wanted to, we don't have time. Never mind, because we said it's Benam Shah. I wanted to just play the song Benam Shah. But
I love that song so much. I can never get enough of it.
So people need to see the song that Ali was playing, and the song is called Benam Shah, which means in the name of the king. And it's basically, let's bring Ali up. It's basically Iran. It's about, it's a video. The background is basically Iran during the Shah's time, during our king's time. So let's play this. Okay, hold on, unmute. This is my favorite Iranian song, honestly.
به نام پهلوی رها شویم ز یوغ بندگی شب سیاه ما ز نور شاه سپید دم شود ز فر پادشاه به نام شاه همه صدا شویم برای می میهنم من و تو ما شویم به خوب به پاک عاشقان که جا بیشار شده صدای ما در این گذار رنج و درد و آه بخوان وطن به نام پادشاه که با صدای شاه و نام تو جهان بلرزد از قیام تو به نام شاه به نام پهلوی وطن شود دوباره می نوی شب سیاه ما ز نور شاه سپید دم شود ز فر پادشاه به نام شاه همه صدا شویم برای میهنم من و تو ما شویم
This guys, this is Prince Reza Pahlavi. This is Prince Reza Pahlavi when he was a child. Anyways,
can you also play the song that I played as well, the first one? I kind of want to listen to that
Iran.
too.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have a Persian keyboard, so I have to write it down on Google Translate. What's the way? What's the name? Because the name I'm just writing the lyrics. Oh, Vatanam.
Vatanam. It was the national anthem of Persia.
Oh yeah, Vatanam. Oh, that one. Yes. Video Javid. Oh, this. Oh, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yes, amazing.
Great. One of my favorite songs ever. And with that, shall we go to the super chats?
Yes.
So, real quick, the quick update is that the bombings are still being carried out. Looks like there are a lot more casualties on the IRGC side tonight than most other nights. And we are seeing that there are a couple of new spots. So they're going further up into further up into northern Iran. So Elam province is now coming under bombardment as well, which is along the Iraqi border.
By the way, Ali, that ship that you show, I don't think that's real, because if it was real, it would have been on Vahid. It would have been on Shin and Vahid. Like, that's such a big deal that if it was real, probably it would be on Vahid online, on Shin, on Iran International. That would be such a big escalation. So yeah,
you're right. So that's actually, that is today, but you're right. That was a collision. It wasn't from the Islamic Republic. Looks like two ships hit each other, and that's partially sunk. But it does like people are boarding it. People are trying to go see what's in the containers or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah. So, Steak and Beans has become a YouTube member. Thank you for joining. Appreciate that. And
thank you.
Ari, who's been a member for 3 months, said, "Look, it's Syrian girl's non-evil twin, Susie Swat." JK? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Syrian girl is this evil, pro-Assad, pro-Putin, pro-Islamic Republic, anti-Israel, pro-axis of resistance.
You're an idiot.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But guys, no offense to Syrian girls. This is the name of an account that is pretty bad. Yeah.
So, thank you, Ari. And Push-Ups is saying, Tara is great. Where did you learn to speak so well? Well, she's been doing it for a little bit, actually. Even though she's young, she's already been doing it for a while. And, you know, sure, yeah.
Naturally talented.
Question. Yeah, good question, Push-Ups. Fleshy Interloper is saying, insert generic fleshy rant about opening the strait. Armin, you actually have you had a rant recently?
I just had one today.
On our stream or earlier?
No, just today with Tara at the beginning. Just a mini one. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I do need a big rant though. But I like I like how Fleshy Interloper is so emotionally invested in opening the Strait of Hormuz. He's like he's following the tanker. He's like, open it. Like every day he's looking at them going through that, and he's like making reports on it. But he's like very, very Sarah is like weak. Okay, guys. The thing is that I can't get into rants when I'm with other people here. Sarah is disappointed with my rants. Like what was the rant? Okay, guys, the only way for me to do like big rants is if I'm by myself and I'm watching crappy videos. Okay, if I am with the monkey and if I'm with Ali or anyone else, it's not going to be, I need to be by myself. Okay, so maybe I should do some shows by myself because Ali and monkey have a lot to say. So like I don't want to get in their way with a long rant.
I think you should just do it. I think you should just rant when you feel like ranting. And this is our show. It's not just me.
I want to make room. Yes.
And then Fleshy also said, Besant has the best U.S. stealth weapons. Yeah, apparently they've been effective. I mean, the Islamic Republic is still really desperate for money. So I think he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, man.
Sarah is so mean today. I like it, though.
And thank you, Fleshy. Appreciate you. And Isla has been saying, I encourage this style of stream. Okay, so guests. Gotcha. We'll do it. Who should we bring on next, guys? Thank you, Isla, for the super chat. And BT said, Trump said he would be blaming Vance when the MOU goes south. It 100% went south. Has he said anything? Any reporters asked yet? May not be needed. Yeah, so Vance is actually kind of shut up recently. He hasn't been really saying much. I think he's trying to ride out the wave, but he's going to get the stick no matter what. He was pretty much the face of that MOU deal, but they all are. They're all going to get some sort of stick of it. But it's people like me and you who understand why things occurred the way they're occurring.
True.
Thank you, BT. And Sarah Ocean saying, for sweet Tarajun, Bari Kalla Azizam, Javid Shah. So that means in Farsi, well done, my dear, and long live the king. So,
yes,
Javid Shah. Very sweet. I hope Tara is still watching, still sees the comments here.
You know what?
Thank
I can screenshot the one. You know what? I'm going to go. No, bring it back. Okay, wait, hold on. Bring it back. I'm going to screenshot the ones that are for Tara, and I will send it to her. How about that? Okay. Saved. So you guys super chats don't go to waste. The ones that were for Tara.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that. And Fleshy Interloper is saying, throw fish to the penguins. We'll throw, throw a lot of things at the penguins there. I mean, not the animal penguin. The people who dress up like penguins.
Yes.
In video games. That's what I meant. YouTube. So, speaking of Vice President J.D. Vance, okay, he's meeting tomorrow with a bunch of Republicans about the Iran war. Okay, interesting. So, thank you, Fleshy. And Justin is saying, whose blood would these Durkas want to avenge more? Khamenei or their own Islamic Republic military members' children's? It's not even a question. Khamenei, it's not even a question. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Whose blood would these Durkas want to avenge more? Khamenei or their own Islamic Republic military member children? Oh, Khamenei by a huge margin. by a huge margin for sure. I honestly don't think they even care about the second one.
Yeah, no. Someone said something. What was that? Okay. Thank you for that super chat, Justin. And Fleshy Interloper is saying, thank you for the super chat, saying Whackadurka. Hopefully soon. It looks like these past few nights we are.
Love it.
Because actually there's a lot of casualties on the IRGC side. So yeah. Thank you, Fleshy. And Leon's Tof saying, Armin and Ali, Tara needs her segment on liberty politics. Her ability to educate her age group in America and around the world is critical. Yeah. Yeah, she spoke very well, I think. If she wants to, no pressure, don't put pressure on her, guys, but if she wants to, of course.
Maybe a little bit of pressure. Just a tiny.
Yeah, thank you, Leon. It's a great idea. And Steak and Beans said, we said it like a week ago when discussing on eliminating the top people in the IRGC that better eliminate the bottom people so distress and mutiny will happen. Okay, so Steak and Beans is saying it's a great idea to start from the lower levels of the IRGC and start getting rid of them, because then they'll start not showing up for work, they'll distrust, they'll mutiny. And that's largely what was happening when Israel was striking the checkpoints during the 40-day war. And I desperately want to go back to that time. That was a great time. It was an absolutely great time for me. I loved that because it was very effective.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Steak and Beans, you have a point. Because if you take out the leaders, maybe a lot of these lower level people will keep doing their work because they think like, oh, they're not coming after us. They're just going after the leaders. You have to make these people feel like, you have to cause some pressure for these people not to show up to work. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. Thank you, Steak and Beans. And Fleshy Interloper is saying, Ali, what are your orders for CENTCOM tonight? Okay, so they did the blockade. I was telling them to do that for a while, and then they're keeping up the bombardments. I'd actually like to see them hit some more like relevant things. There was a clip of them hitting a anti-aircraft gun, and I'm thinking like, in what world is that going to do anything to any of your planes? But hey, I understand. I just wish we had some better targets there, but
I think they're running out of targets. They hit everything. They hit everything.
I think you're right.
President Trump said that actually. Like, our problem is that we're running out of things to hit. He said that in one of his clips today. Yeah,
he did say that. Yeah, so I'm kind of concerned. Like, are you guys going to start hitting, things that don't really matter? Because there's a ton of things that matter, and you can hit them. There's a ton of things that matter. You should not be able to run out of targets. It's more of like what your objective is. So, thank you, Fleshy. He knows I'm in on it. And Vry is saying 5D chess move by Trump, the MOU gambit. I had faith. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the end result is. But he did express his doubt. I mean, people like us knew that it was never going to work anyway. And everything in it was kind of just really outlandish and, quite frankly, stupid. So we knew that that wasn't going to come to fruition. Like the $300 billion investment, I'm like, you hear that number and you freak out. And then we looked into it and we're like, oh, so private companies have to take the risk to come and invest in the private sector. Who's going to do that? No one.
So that is, but Van Dyville, like the results to me shows that the MOU and the ceasefire has had major effects on weakening the Islamic Republic. So the evidence justify your theory, your idea of what's happening is correct. Whether or not this was planned or not planned, I don't know, but the results are great.
Yeah. Thank you, Van Dyweld. And Justin is saying, what do you think the chances are of a Valkyrie type operation of occurring? A Valkyrie.
Is this like the assassination of Hitler with the bomb under the table thing? Is that the one that this is referring to? Like the way that
assassination coup plot. Yeah.
You should watch. There's a movie on this with Tom Cruise. You should watch it. It's really good. What do you think? the chances of it. So
people have been speculating, like Ruhollah Zam, he was a big he's one of the people who he also, he actually got assassinated by the IRGC. He got executed by them, but he was someone who said this is what's going to happen. The IRGC are going to reform in terms of like some camp within the Islamic Republic is going to come out, and it's going to be Ghalibaf. And he actually would name Ghalibaf. He's like, Ghalibaf is probably the person who's going to happen. This was years ago. And Ghalibaf is going to be the new man. He's going to be chosen by the US. He's going to lead the Islamic Republic. So these are theories that have been going around for a long time. And they completely discredit Prince Reza Pahlavi, who is by 1 billion times more efficient and better than anyone else. So I'm still a firm believer that Prince Reza Pahlavi is going to be and is the only leader of a free Iran. Not, a murdering, conniving Ghalibaf or anything like that. I think the chances are pretty low.
But when you say Operation Valkyrie, are we talking about taking out Ghalibaf or Mujtaba if he's alive?
I think he meant Mujtaba.
And Mujtaba, you don't need Operation Valkyrie. If they want him dead, they could easily just do it like that. Like, you don't need to. I think you need to. This needs to be about Ghalibaf, okay? Because Mujtaba is. They have. If the Islamic Republic wants to take him out, they could easily do it. Like, and if he doesn't, if they want to move to the next supreme leader, they could easily assassinate him and say like, "Oopsie, the Zionists got him." If Mujtaba gets killed, it's not going to look like Operation Valkyrie. It's just going to be, certain people showing up in a room and be like, and shooting him, or like killing him, and then moving on to the next supreme leader. Right? Operation Valkyrie style would be more like somebody from within going after Ghalibaf. And honestly, I think that is possible. There are so many. Yeah, there are so many diehard supporters of the ideals. The only difference would be that Operation Valkyrie was being done by somebody that was, on the right side of history against Hitler, but this might be done by somebody that is more jihadi minded and thinking that Ghalibaf is selling the Islamic Republic, selling it out to the Americans and the Jews, and would want to defend the Islamic Republic from surrendering to the Americans by coming out and taking Ghalibaf. That is possible. That is very possible, given how many people hate Ghalibaf right now.
Yeah. Him trying to get everyone on his side isn't just so he could take over. It's also for him to stay alive. He kind of needs to do it. He needs allies.
So somebody saying it could be done by the Immortal Guards. I mean, it could be done by somebody on our side if they have to be part of the regime who have defected, but they are basically on our side, like one of the defectors who are trying to take out the Islamic Republic. Yeah, that is possible. Somebody from our side, but they need to be part of the regime to be able to carry out an operation like that for sure.
Yeah, I'm still wondering who showed up to Khamenei's funeral in Mashhad and came in trucks and started shooting people and then got out. I don't know who that is. Still don't know.
Shooting people or shooting in the air? Oh no, those people who died. Oh, okay, yeah, we still don't know.
Yeah, no one took credit for it. Strange. Thank you so much, Justin. And Fleshy Interloper is saying the Islamic Republic is still hitting ships. Correct. They hit about, actually in the last 4 hours. Hold up, I have my calculation. Where was it? Where did I put it? Okay, anyway, if I remember it correctly, it's 4 ships in the last 12 hours.
I can't even believe how normal of the news is, because we used to be like, oh my God, the Islamic Republic hit another ship. What are the Americans going to do? Now we're like, yep, another 4 ships, another 2 ships today. It's just becoming.
Yeah. It's so normal now.
Yeah.
So,
it would be news if ships don't get hit for a while.
So today's Tuesday. The markets close on Friday. Let's see how much oil jumps until then. And also, Donald Trump will be addressing the nation on Thursday. So let's see what he says there. Thank you, Fleshy. Also, I think there was only like 10 or 20 ships that passed by the strait today. Not looking too great. Which makes sense, right? That's what they're passing through. That's why they're getting hit. So Steak and Beans is saying also real estate. Real estate. Wait, sorry. What was his previous?
So this was the context of this, where we were saying that if the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf want to invest in the United States, I was suggesting that there needs to be a law that blocks them from investing into media and education. And Steak and Beans is suggesting that real estate should also be blocked.
I 100% agree. And Polybov profile pic is saying, I'm behind, but I think the pause and opening was necessary to show the world the MOU was necessary. Show the world that the Islamic Republic can't be trusted. The United Kingdom now prescribes the IRGC as terrorists. Sorry, but now you have to think Polybov. Yeah, I mean, I was doing that, and it felt really weird to say, but sure. Thanks, Polybov. It's all your fault.
Yeah, so now we're thanking this Ghalibaf and the real Ghalibaf. So, yes, Ghalibaf managed to weaken the Islamic Republic during the so-called ceasefire, and that was all for and also demonstrated to the whole world that even when United States goes out of its way to make a deal with the Islamic Republic, is still impossible. So thank you to both Ghalibafs, especially this one. I still don't know what's in that ice cream. Is that a finger?
It's a middle finger, yeah.
It's a middle
with
finger.
the Khamenei ring on it, I think.
Okay.
Interesting. Thank you, Ghalibaf.
Thank you,
This
Ghalibaf.
enthusiast is saying confetti for the Tarajun. Thank you very much. I think hopefully maybe we should screenshot that as well.
Okay.
If she feels like,
guys,
she got positive feedback, maybe she's encouraged to make her own channel.
She's going to see a lot of messages in her DM of me sending screenshots, and she's like, what is this? I have to first explain.
Oh, wow. Guys, quick update. Scott Besant just tweeted and said that today, that's funny. So since them implementing the sanctions earlier today, and as of 1 hour ago, they have already freezed $130 million tied to people in the central bank of Iran. Great job. Hey, he feels proud. Imagine he came and tweeted that publicly. That's one proud guy, in my opinion, of his work. So thank you, Scott Besant. Thank you, Fizz Endricist. Steak and Beans is saying Qatar and Turkey, in my opinion, are way more dangerous than the IRGC to the west, don't you think? No. I don't think Qatar and Turkey have a nuclear weapon, and I don't think they would use it, even if they did. But they're Qatar's sinisterly acting behind the scenes. Turkey's planning to act soon, but no, they're nowhere near a threat as the Islamic Republic.
Yes. So Qatar and Turkey. So Qatar uses toxic ideologies as a way to have leverage in the United States and supports terrorists. That's destructive. Turkey's ambitions are as far as the Ottoman Empire. None of them have global domination in mind. Okay. The IRGC wants to destroy the United States. They want to wipe out Israel and the United States and bring down the entire global Western order. Turkey does not want to destroy the United States. Qatar doesn't want to destroy the United States. IRGC wants to destroy the United States. So there's a big difference. Obviously, they're both Qatar and Turkey right now. They're not, their governments are forces of evil, but not nearly as much as the IRGC. Like, there is not a single terrorist group in the Middle East that is not being supported and funded by IRGC. It's true that Turkey and Qatar support terrorist groups, but not as far and as widespread as IRGC, and not as much, and not as many, and not with the ambition to completely take over the world.
Yeah. But now you know. And Jedi.
Good question. Good question.
Yeah. And Jedi is saying donating for Armin's vacation fund. Ooh, I don't think Armin's going to take a vacation ever.
Yes. I will. I've already seen more than 30 countries. So I've been to more than 30 countries. So I think I've done enough. But maybe I'll go on a vacation once Iran is free.
I predict you're not going to go on a vacation in the next 18 months. So it's already been 6 months, 7 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, another, so 2 years in total. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Jedi. And Noah, the Persian American from our discussion group, sent a super sticker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Noah.
And Ghalibov is back, and he's saying, still behind, but she's amazing. Javid Shah. Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah, thank you.
And Hezi saying, Adi, say Armin GTP. You mean GPT? Armin GPT. Oh my God, it's like when people say IRCG instead of IRGC, I'm messing it up. Armin GPT. Armin GPT, not GTP.
Yes.
Oh, that really rewired my brain for a second. Thanks, Hezi.
I think Hezi, you broke Ali. What did you do? We found his weakness.
Thanks, Hezi. And the next super chat is by Steak and Beans saying, we saw this effect with Lebanese and Hezbollah taking information only from Avihai Edrei, IDF spokesman in Arabic in 2024. Remember this? I don't remember this. I wasn't following it.
Yeah, we saw this effect with Lebanese and Hezbollah take info only from IDF spokesman in Arabic in 2024. Wait, are we talking about... We saw this effect. Which effect? I forgot. I don't have the context of what we were talking about.
I'm not sure. This effect, maybe the internal coup? I don't know.
Oh.
The MOU, maybe? The MOU being like a way to build up
a
threat level?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Provide context for us in the super chat so that when we get back to it, we know what we're talking about. Let me see. Maybe Stick and Beans clarifies here in the chat. Are you here, Stick and Beans? Oh, you're talking. Oh, you're talking about Durkheim's believing in Trump. Oh, so he's saying that back then they were taking the. Oh, okay. So the Hezbollah people were taking the information from IDF spokesman. That was their source of information. Got it. IRGC, like right now, pro-regime people believing Trump. Back then, Hezbollah, the only source they could trust was the. Yep. So see, this is what happens when you're on the wrong side of history. When you're on the side of the people who do just propaganda and lie and are dishonest, then even the people on your side realize for good information they have to listen to their enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's never happened before, by the way, in the Islamic Republic. I don't think anyone even thought of that ever happening.
I did.
Oh. Except for Armin Navabi. And Steve Dixon, thank you for your super generous super chat.
Wow, Ali's broken, guys, with the chat GTP.
Oh my God, I know. It's I'm saying mushing words together. Holy moly.
Okay. We lost him, guys.
Thank you for the super chat. And saying این دختر خوشگل کیه لطفاً معرفیش کنید. Oh, we did. If you go to the beginning of the video,
and then at the end,
she actually gives an intro, and at the end, yeah. But that is.
Okay, I'm going to screenshot. I'm going to include this. I'm going to send this to her as well. Okay. So, by the way, you know what? I know how to send this all to her, because if I send all of these messages, she's going to get multiple notification. Maybe I should put them all in one image and just send them all in one message at the same time, right? That would, or
Yeah,
maybe she's watching, so I wouldn't have to do that. Yes.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that was Tara. So that clip of her confronting is it Rokana or Rokhana? How do you pronounce it? Rokana. Anyway.
Rokana.
Rokana, the Democratic, not so smart. I think he's a senator, or is he a Congress? Is he a House? I don't know. He's a congressman. And yeah, she handed his butt to him, and he had no response. So that clip happened right when everything was kicking off. So this was like somewhere in January, and everyone's seen it. I mean, millions and millions of Iranians have seen it. Yeah, you've probably seen it also, Steve. So
yes, that video went viral, and she also produces you should follow her on X. I keep posting the link to her X on the chat, okay?
Yeah,
because she keeps posting these short clips, addressing the American politicians, and she's doing activism right now, meeting with Congress men and women regarding Iran, and she's very well spoken, and she but if you follow her X account, she posts these short videos addressing the American politicians, and every time you watch the video, you could see that she says exactly what's needed to be said at that time, right? So it's actually it's good to follow her and watch those short videos that she posts, because it gives us also a good understanding of what we should be pushing for when it comes to our advocacy and lobbying American politicians, because she's always really on point with those videos. So just go follow her X. If you watch the videos that I'm telling you about that she posts, you'll see that what I'm talking about, right? So let me actually show you here. If you go to her X account, right? So this is her X account. If you come down, if you come over here, sometimes she posts like this, like a video like this, right? She posts these videos and she explains, these are under 4 minute video, 2 minutes, 3 minute videos that she posts, and she explains things in a very clear way. It makes it very easy to understand even for Americans who haven't been following the news. She makes it very easy to understand, and and you could also hear the passion in her voice. So these clips are really good updates. That's why I was telling you guys to make sure you follow her. Here's another clip. Right? Just go listen to them. You'll see that she's really good at what she does. This is why I think she's going to be a really important politician at some point.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, we're getting. Oh man. Sorry. Okay, I'll look at that in a second. But yeah, thank you, Steve, for the generous super chat. Appreciate that. Tao Fei saying, I have to ask. I'm seeing an intelligent, thoughtful, well-rounded young girl who knows what is going on around her, has an opinion based on facts, and is adorable. Do y'all have a special water that makes this happen? Gimme. Yeah, I'm not sure it's reproducible, but once we can do that, we'll get back to you, because then we can create an army. Armin's army. Remember, guys, I'm just a prototype here.
I just screenshotted this because I know this was all you guys sent these super chats hoping she would see it, and now she's not here. So I feel bad that you guys posted these super chats. So I'm screenshotting them because I feel bad that she didn't get to see them. So I'll see if I could send that to her. I'll send them all to her.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah.
Thank you, Tao. And Steak and Beans saying, first one is edited or AI, so the ship. From the front, clearly you see the bridge and water level. Then the boat passes the ship filming from behind, and you see the stern out of the water. Didn't see the ship broke in the middle. So yeah, actually, that actually was real, but it's just not IRGC caused. It's not caused by a mine or a missile. I just thought it was. It's caused by a collision with another ship, and it's half sunk.
It might not even be recent.
It is today. So the Maritime Association confirmed that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Steak and Beans. My Cortazal says, "Welcome, Tara. Good to see you here. Keep up the great work, Ali, Tara, and Armin. Iran's future is bright. It has the best youth." Yes, Armin, we the youth.
Yes. Me the youth also.
Yes, we the youth.
Me the 42-year-old youth. Okay. Okay. But thank you. And I will also send this to Tara. I don't know if I should though, but I think I should, because you guys, I don't want you guys to be disappointed that she didn't get to see all of this. So I will send this. I'll screenshot this one as well.
Okay.
And thank you for the kind words.
Thank you for that. JJ Right Again said, Ali, 10 out of 10. Oh, for the sound tour. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes. That was really
good.
I'll
go back and watch it. I don't know what it sounded like. And Sarah Ocean saying, "Thank you for sound tweeting for us. Beautiful job." Thank you very much. Yeah, that was fun. Appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you. And Shauna saying, "The Santur is a direct ancestor to the Appalachian hammered dulcimer." This is true. "That is part of Celtic and American bluegrass." Thank you, Adi. That was so beautiful. Yep. Yeah, the Santur is a very old instrument. A lot of other instruments, like very, very old. And so a lot of modern instruments are actually derived from older instruments, which makes sense.
Wow, Shauna, you know a lot about these things. That's impressive.
Shauna
knows her history. She knows her history. Yeah.
Thank you, Shauna. And Omid Salute says, "Encore." Oh, no, not right now. But thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. I was kind of standing there being like, but yeah, it's great.
Really? Was this your first time in front of a big audience?
Yeah. Okay. Usually I only perform at like mehmonis, like when we have like family house parties and stuff like that. Yes. And so there's only like max 40 people. But yeah, but then you look at the numbers here and you're kind of like, maybe I pull in like 200, 300 people, but then guys, there's like, 1,000 other people watching Armin, and I'm just like, oh God, don't make a mistake on live.
So guys, the people on YouTube, because we're live on multiple places, like on X, so that's why 1,300 people are watching, 1,400.
Yeah, thank you, Omid.
Yeah, and you did great though. You did great. So
thank you.
Now you're gonna get used to doing. So now you have to do it all the time. Now that you're used to it.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Sarah's saying the same thing.
And Santur Sundays helps you not be nervous anymore. I thought I wasn't going to get nervous until I was nervous. So maybe
it was Tara. Oh, maybe it was Tara. Maybe she...
No. No, not at all. But I think maybe I should play the Santur, like play the Iran song when we have Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi come out with his statements. I'll be like, okay, guys, we have a statement from, and then play the song. When he comes out with his videos again, when he's talking.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
And Aryan is saying, to what extent could Ghalibaf's ostensible ascendancy influence the future conduct of IRGC paramilitaries in the socio-political sphere, like their interactions with future uprisings? So basically, if Ghalibaf's in charge, are the Basij going to change how they react to a future uprising or not? I don't think so. I think they'll be even more harsh, just in a different way. I think they'll be much more preventative and much more like Gestapo, showing up your house and murdering you.
Wait. If to what extent could Ghalibaf's essence influence it? I think it will actually influence it. There are less people willing to risk their lives to protect the Islamic Republic with Ghalibaf in charge. So there have been messages from Basijis saying that I'm not going to come out and fight the people the next time they do an uprising because I don't believe in the Islamic Republic anymore.
That's
so
a
it
good
might
point.
have some influence. Yes.
That's a good
I don't
point.
know. I don't know the scale of. I don't know the numbers on that. I don't know how much the scale of that is, but it does exist. In fact, I remember the first time I saw messages like that, I was like, "Oh, you evil mother tuckers! You're saying I would not shoot the people anymore because I don't believe in the regime." So first of all, you're admitting that the majority are against the regime, and you're also admitting that you were involved in shooting into unarmed civilians. And the only reason why you're not going to do it anymore is because you don't have faith in the regime anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
You think
But
that's
great
okay?
question. This Aryan, you ask some really deep, nuanced questions. You know that? Aryan
Yeah.
of Persia. Yeah. Also, I think Feinstrass is calling you out, saying he even kicked her out. It was for sure Tyra. Yes, you were nervous because of Tyra. That's why
No,
you
it was
kicked her out.
not. It was for you guys. I was actually planning to
No.
play it before I even. So I was planning to play
No,
it. Then Armin was like, "By the way, we have a guest today."
No, don't deny it. We know. You guys.
Man, Feinstrass likes to get under the skin of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She does a good job. That's her talent.
Man. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, Ariane, for that question. Yeah, I don't think they'll have the manpower. Steak and Beans is saying yes, easy, King. Mushtaba with a staple gun. Yes.
Oh, yes. Basically,
cardboard.
delete. Yes, so you could basically take out Mushtaba with a staple gun because he's cardboard. Yes, easy. So you don't need Operation Valkyrie. You could just go snip, and it's done. But actually, staples don't make that sound. Snip. That's a scissor. I don't know. I can't make a staple. Actually, a scissor would be more effective now that I think about it. Yes.
Yeah. Or
Cardboard.
fire. Yeah.
That's overdoing it. Just a scissor.
I mean, think about how tired your hand's gonna get, but you could just light a fire under it and the fire will spread on its own. It's like the fire's your proxy, it just does it.
But but then you might set the whole house on fire.
Yeah. Don B is saying, so thanks, Steak and Beans. Don B is saying, why would Israel tell us to remove our air refuelers? Yeah, so this has been a couple months now. The Interior Minister has been saying, don't park so many of your refueling tankers in Ben Gurion Airport because we have tourists coming for summer and we're going to miss out on a ton of money from tourism. And the US was basically we don't care. And then today, actually, there was a bit of a falling out. The Interior Minister went against the IDF. So Israeli Interior Minister went against the IDF and told them, you are not allowed to let any American refueling tankers land here. And the IDF was like, again, we don't care what you say because the national security to us is more important than tourism. So there was a bit of a...
So two clarifications. It's not all of Israel. It's different parts of Israel. There's a disagreement in Israel over this. And to be fair to the Israelis who are remove these air fuelers, Minister of Transport, not the the Interior Minister. The Minister of Transport. Thank you. And to be fair to the Israelis, especially the Minister of Transport, guy, correct me if I'm wrong, but people's travels are being canceled left and right. Like people had booked trips to go to different places from months ahead of times, and now they're like, "Yep, sorry, you're not going." Like last minute, telling people that all their flights are canceled, and they're like, "Well, why?" Oh, because of all these planes here. so we cannot take off. So I mean, if it was me, I would have been. I mean, people, a lot of Israelis are frustrated. Like, what the hell? Like, imagine if you go to the airport and you have everything ready and you have a plan, and you have many people with trips planned and everything, and now they're all canceled because of these American planes there. Oh, look at this. Look at what Guy is saying. I mean, but also there's not a unanimous agreement on this on Israel. Like, the IDF is like, yeah, sorry about your trip, but this is about national security. Guy is saying they're estimating they'd have to cancel a total of 50,000 tickets. Are you kidding me? What?
That's
so this is not good for the economy. That is a what? So yeah, that is pretty large. So that is a lot of people's trips canceled for a bunch of American planes. And honestly, if I was Israeli, I'd like, there are other US air bases around the Middle East, right? Military ones that are not like mixed with commercial airports. Can you park this somewhere else?
They did. They actually took a bunch of them out and they took them into another Israeli base and to Qatar. They parked 40 of them in Qatar, and they're still overflowing in Ben Gurion Airport.
Yeah, I know. So people are saying tourism sounds trivial, but it's a lot of people paychecks. Yeah, Shannon, you're right. Also, again, the frustration would be there are other bases in the region that are not also commercial. Park them somewhere else.
So we have an update.
Oh, yeah,
I'll get you to you guys. We're almost done with the super chats. When they're done, I have an update for you guys.
Guys saying they're not saying to remove all of them, only to cap them at 20. There you go. So yeah, it's reasonable.
Gotcha.
Guys, isn't it great that we have Guy here? Like
yeah,
we have everybody. Like when we have Texas Troop in the chat, always correcting us with our American takes. Guy is here for our Israeli takes. You see, Liberty Politics has so much resources, people with deep knowledge. Shauna with the history.
Liberty Politics.
Yeah, fine stars with the annoying comments to get under our skin. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, see, we look at this. We were thinking the same thing. While I was saying this, she was typing that. There you go. See? See, at the same time. Okay.
That's funny. Thanks, Don B, for the good question.
Yes.
Guy is saying Trump said 2 hours ago that he'd bomb bridges and power plants next week if Iran doesn't return to the negotiating table. Why are we doing this again? Again, the same pattern. I think he's trying to draw them to the negotiating table, which is what I've been saying. And you're right. He did say that today. So I was actually going to cover that, but I was going to wait for your super chat because you said it too. So yeah, he said that. Armin, he said it again. Bridges, power plants next week, which is supposed to be when Benjamin Netanyahu is in Washington, D.C. as well.
He said he would do it or might do it.
He said, I don't know the exact words of it, but I'm going to take him seriously.
Yeah, so this might be intimidation, but here's the thing. If everybody thinks that, okay, here we go again, he's not going to do it, that's exactly when he might do it, okay? Guys, here's one thing you shouldn't do. Don't try to protect President Trump, okay? The moment you think that you got the pattern and this is what he's going to do, then he's going to do the opposite, right? So the only thing that is predictable about President Trump is that he's unpredictable. So if you think like, well, he said this before and he didn't do it, yet it might be true. He might not do it this time, but he also might. Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. And by the way, I did want to highlight this. Sarah saying, I provide nothing. Sarah, you're one of the main sources of love and inspiration. Okay, what are you talking about? You give us so much love. You know, you motivate me and Ali so much. What are you talking about? Unlike fine stress, we try to. Unlike
Sarah, don't say that. If you ever think you provide nothing, compare yourself to fine stress.
Oh my! I'm kidding. She was, oh my god, she was saying, oh, when I was saying this about Sarah, and then I ruined it. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you for
okay.
that. We'll discuss that update more about the bridges and stuff, and we'll kind of get back to you guys tomorrow about that. So I do have to go in a few minutes. I just wanted to give you guys one quick update before I left after the super chat server, which we're almost done. There's 2 more. So
Okay.
Agent Anderson has been a member for 3 months. Said, Durud, I was away in DC the past week. Rip Graham. Yeah, Lindsey Graham, rest in peace.
Oh, R.I.P. Graham. I don't think, do the people say rip? They say R.I.P. All right. Rest in peace.
Yeah, we say rip.
You do? Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Agent Anderson. Appreciate that. Shauna is saying her history being key here. I'm obsessed with myself and my heritage. I know nothing outside of that, but I appreciate the compliment. Her history. Yeah, she likes that you said her history. Like she takes pride in it. The Celtic and American.
Yeah, but that's still history. You know your history. Yeah, and and that's a great source of pride.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to know my history as much as you know yours. Sorry, go on.
I think you do. Katie with a super chat saying, Javid Shah, Iran skal være free. Iran will be free. I'm assuming. I don't know what language that is. Is that Danish? DKK, is that Danish currency? Yeah, it's Danish. Okay.
Danish krone? Krone? Is that how you say it?
Krone? I don't know.
Ooh, see, I didn't even type it. I knew it without typing it. Okay, never mind.
Thank you, Katie.
My hands, look at this. Okay.
Appreciate that super chat. And Ida saying, I provide sashimi.
Yes, you do. You do. No, that's Lior.
Oh.
He does
Oh my
sashimi.
God.
He does this.
Anyway.
Yes. And yes, I do. You do. Ida, I did. And I went and got sashimi, and it was really good.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Ida. I should get some soon. I haven't had some in a while.
Oh my God. Now I want sashimi again. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you guys for the super chats. So, quick update. Looks like the Iranian military has taken mass casualties. The Iranian military, the Artish, has taken direct hits from 10 missiles from the United States of America onto the base called. Why are they're covering up the name of the base apparently. I'll find it in just a second. But so there are 48 casualties, a lot of them confirmed dead, with dozens of deaths. 2 more died after being transferred to the hospital, and the number of injured is more. So 50 deaths and many more injured. So that would be the Iranian military taking direct hits. The implication of that immediately off the bat is that the morale is going to be hurt real bad for people in the military, whether it's the IRGC or the Artish alike. I mean, they know they're sitting ducks, and they know now that the U.S. military, whether intentionally or not, just hit them. So, yeah. Oh, I think Armin got frozen. Oh, no, you're here.
Wait, I'm okay. I said you guys frozen.
Yeah, that's crazy. At the same time, Bahrain is taking missiles right now. Bahrain and Kuwait are being hit again. But, okay, so that's something we need to discuss tomorrow. So the bridges and then the mass casualties that just happened and the signaling of both of them.
Wow.
Jeez.
So we're going to have a lot of updates tomorrow.
Here's the thing. Things have escalated. Things have majorly escalated. We have cluster bombs. We have mass casualties now. The blockade's back. I mean, things are picking up, going back to pressure. But what's the objective? Jeez. Okay. Okay, so it was the 388th Mechanized Infantry Brigade in the city of Bamport, Sistan, Balochistan. 10 ambulances rushed into the military base initially. More on their way. Gotcha. Damn. These incompetent IRGC commanders getting conscripts most likely killed. We'll get more details on that later, but that's going to send a pretty big signal, in my opinion.
Okay. Before you go, Ali, just quickly, the monkey has a live stream coming up right after us, I think. I'm going to post a link to it in the chat. He's going to be talking about USA versus International Criminal Court. Here's the link to his YouTube channel, saying that, apparently something he's going to be talking about. The ICC has overstepped by targeting the United States and Israel. And he's going to be talking about that. So you could go and watch that right after our show is over. This is the Grease Monkeys channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Ali and I as well. Liberty Politics and Ali Somani. I should put the links.
Yeah, I was just confirming. So people in the chat are saying Tabriz has been hit, guys. That's just blasts being heard. That's from the ballistic missiles launching. People hear those. So yeah, if you see blasts, that's usually because of ballistic missiles. But yes, guys, please subscribe to Monkey. I think he's at like 650-ish subs. And I just got to 2,500. So looks like it's going pretty well for the Liberty Politics Army.
Let me post a link to Ali's channel in the chat as well. Go subscribe to Ali's channel, guys. Link is in the chat. Make sure you do that.
Yes, thank you very much. Alrighty then.
All right. So with that, we'll guys see you tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss it. It seems like tomorrow is going to be a day with a lot of updates. So we'll see you guys same time.
Wait.
Oh,
we forgot someone.
Yes, guys. Yes. Yeah,
we didn't. We didn't forget. We were just testing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We have another channel that we're gonna be talking about more often, which is Guy's channel, which he's been talking about Israeli politics. So Ali talks about Iran's politics, Monkey talks about American politics, and Guy talks about Israel's politics. And the link to that, he's at 500 subscribers. He's competing with the Monkey. The Monkey has already passed them because he live streams more often. But I'll put the link in the chat. So he's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the Monkey, and he focuses on Israel's politics. And honestly, guys, Guy is the best person I know when it comes to Israeli politics. So let's get him to 1,000 subscribers as well.
Covers
very
everything.
Objective. He's the best, and he's good at steelmanning the opposition to his views. Honestly, one of the smartest people I knew when it comes to politics. So I know, yeah. And then Dinky is in the chat. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel and get him to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're interested in anything Israel related, you're gonna want to subscribe to it.
Thank you guys for showing up today. Hope you guys like the stream. We'll try to do more of that from now on going forward.
All right. So see you guys tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai. Slava Ukraine. Cuba Libre. Long live America. Javisha. Hayende. Iran. Mwah.